Yes. Okay. Like and share, so we can get this thing out everywhere. That's anywhere in the world you could be, but you chose to be right here with me, the BABGOG. And for today, Pastor of BABG Tabernacle. Yes, welcome to the Tabernacle. All church members, guests, welcome. Yes. We got a good service and sermon for you today, Lord. Yes, this one right here. Very, very important message that has to be put out here to the world. Because it seems that brothers are casting stones from glass houses. It seems that brothers are not removing the plank out of their own eye and worrying about the mote in their brothers. It's just crazy. We're going to get into it, though, man. We're going to get into it. Now, first, let me get my disclaimers. Okay? Y'all know I don't really fuck with Myron in any way, shape, form, or fashion, but when you're right, you're right. So shout out to Myron Gaines for pointing this out. Okay? Shout out to Myron. And shout out to him for something that I'm seeing now I didn't know at the time. Even with the what's the name shit. What's the other foreign niggas, right? Shout out to them, man. Again, regardless of and again, it's not personal. I've never met the dude, but again, man, like bro, you can't pretend to be a nigga and then talk all this shit about niggas, dog. Okay, you could have kept that man unit straight, brother. You could have kept that man unit of hair plugs or whatever you got. You ain't have to put waves in them. Okay, all right. That's my hookup. That's my fucking hang up with you, brother. Is you out here, hard R N word, and you was using hard R N words that weren't even hard R N words. Both of them niggas you was beefing with was foreigners. And we catching strays. But hey, it is what it is, right? So this ain't no dick riding nobody. All right. And now that I covered Myron, now I gotta cover CGA. Now I do have respect for CGA. Shout out to CGA. I fucks with him, I respect him, but I do not agree with his current message and path of the tricking is superior. I don't agree with that. Okay. I cannot agree with you telling me that you better than me because you paying for the pussy, brother. All right. I'm cool with you encouraging it, but shitting on niggas and you broke and you this and you do it because you don't do it because you can, and it's different levels, bro. I promise you, all them hoes you paying for them fuck some nigga for free somewhere. Okay. All right. All them niggas, all them hoes you paying, some nigga, she's fucking some nigga for free at some point in time in life, bro. All right. So I just can't go with the tricking niggas are superior. Like, and again, I may be going a little too far with the message, but that's the essence I get from it. Okay. This what started with CGA earlier this year. He just went off. You niggas is broken. You can't afford to buy the pussy. And I was like, hold on, CGA, brother, what's going on? brother. Jesus. But Akaash Singh and Andrew Wilson. Okay, Akaash Singh was going at Myron and telling Myron how they was also corny and also this and also that and all this other shit. And Myron went on a motherfucking nuclear motherfucking unload. This nigga telling Myron because he said he didn't want to deal with black women, which again, Myron's not black. So when he said that, he wasn't talking about his women. Myron is East African. I think Sudanese, right? All right. So when he say he don't like black women, it's not even him saying he don't like his own women because that's not his women, quote unquote. Right. But even if it was, he has the right to fucking say that. And again, this is why I say we come to this major issue and problem where no one ever tells black women the same thing. The same thing never gets said to black women about them choosing and oozing over these fucking white boys and men of different races that they claim want them so much, but never shows up in the stats and data. Listen, bro. Hey, full on, bro. Shawty said she was running trains and shit. Shawty said he was running train. And listen, and Robert Platinum, I would have no problem with this if that nigga didn't put them waves in his head. Okay, and he went out here again being a fucking pretender nigga. We know how that Fresh and Fit started. The whole Fresh and Fit shit started, man, on like it's you know, it was a nigga vibe. Even though he was sitting up there with that motherfucking even though he was clearly sitting up there with that damn Jafar nose the whole time, we let it slide, right? Because you know, niggas got a don't knock the hustle mentality. And then this nigga had on, you know, a whole bunch of niggas and shit to you know, launch the podcast off and you know, get shit off the ground. And then he turned into a motherfucking African KKK member. This nigga literally put a KKK hood on and was just talking all this crazy shit about niggas to non-niggas. Now the Andrew Wilson shit, and shout out to lead attorney. I didn't know this. Okay, so shout out to lead attorney, and my understanding is when the debate happened, even Coach Greg Adams didn't know this. He was just shooting shit. He was just talking, you know what I'm saying, just randomly. He had no idea of the background. And I don't know how many people know this. And this is why I say about men, for the most part, bro, men don't go searching and looking and, you know, trying to get the history or whatever. You respect that man for what it is, so on and so forth. But the problem is once you find out the truth, now there's a lot of questions to be asked. Okay. So Andrew, it has been revealed, I won't necessarily say exposed, but Andrew Wilson's wife, okay, has children previously by other men, right? I don't know whether she was married because she claimed long-term relationships. She didn't say marriage, but she said long-term relationships, which would make her a baby mama. All right. But 2 dudes before him, and now he's the motherfucking sucker simp ass nigga we talk about that's picking up the leftovers.
Your relationship with your children.
Oh my God.
Brother, you can't go so hard on the 304s when you're just saying, by the it qualifies. Just saying, man. We see you can't be going this hard on whatever podcast and you know these young whores and this, that, yeah. And brother, what about your wife? Not looking too good. But we're going to cover all of these things today, man, in the message. And of course, we have to start off with the good scriptures that matches today's message in the good word. Yes. If you would please stand on your feet and grab your Bibles. If you would please stand on your feet, okay, and grab your Bibles and turn to the book of Hosea, chapter 1. And we can go start, okay, in verses 2 through 4. Okay, we gonna read this Hosea. Listen, look at Robert Platinum, cause even the Lord understood. when you have the chapter and verse, could you please raise your hand in the congregation so we can do the good reading? And please, 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 people, can you hit the like button for me? Thank you. Hit the like button. I know we got some vertical members today, and then we got the regular. If you're in a vertical membership today, all right, double tap that screen for Pastor. Thank you. Please raise your hand once you have found the chapter and verse so that we can get to the reading of the good word and to the message. Yes, Lord. Yes, 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 yes. And it reads, the beginning of the word of the Lord by Hosea. And the Lord said to Hosea, go, take unto thee a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms, for the land hath cometh great whoredom departing from the Lord. So he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim, which conceived and bare him a son. And the Lord said unto him, call his name Jezreel. For yet a little while, and I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu, and will cause to cease the kingdom of the house of Israel. Yes, 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 yes. So not only marry the hoe, have a child with the hoe. That way you tied to the hoe for the rest of your life. Now, this thing with Hosea is both said to be literal and allegorical as to where Hosea was supposed to be an example of how the children of Israel were treating God. Okay. So man would have an understanding and a feeling of what God felt for the people that he loved that were forsaking him and going out and dealing with all these other fucking people. Okay. All right. Shout out to, damn, brother, that name's a little questionable, brother. I got to put a pause before I read his name. Appreciate you for the 2 from the UK, brother.
Hey, UK, Johnny.
Whoa, that's wrong.
Ain't nothing but some money.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that, brother. That was totally what's the name, but Paul's Big Yinks. I don't know what the hell a Yinks is, and he's sending me these pounds, so I gotta. It's from the UK, so I gotta be careful. It might be a setup. I ain't trying to be saying no wild shit for the 2 pounds, brother, but I greatly do appreciate it, brother. I don't know. You got to give us a translation of what Yinks is, brother. I don't know. Oof. Shout out to a man supporting man. Greatly appreciate you, brother, for the 5.
Ain't nothing but some money.
Pastor Fantastic, does your church have some formula for my crying, hungry baby? Of course. We love the kids. Fuck them kids, but we love the kids, okay? We gonna let the babies, the babies is good. Once they start walking and talking and all this other shit, okay. Okay, all right, brother, my bad. No offense, brother. I appreciate you. I didn't know. It could have been a setup, man. I gotta, shout out to you, brother. But let's get into this fucking let's start off with this. I have this one already. No, I got that one already. So I don't need that one. Now again, man, and shout out to Myron. I think this I will again, Myron's not a dumb dude. Okay, Myron's not a dumb dude. I have to give him his props there. He has a background in federal service. I forget what he was, a marshal or whatever he was. I don't know, but the dude's not a dummy, right? And with his background, you have to do research and reconnaissance and and investigations and shit. So trust, believe me. And when they started this shit between I don't even know. I know for a fact Akaash and Andrew, what's the other dude name? Andrew Schultz aren't even doing that show anymore. Andrew Schultz has moved on to somebody else. I forget it's something different now, right? Or at least he has another co-host. And Myron, bro, has patience. That's the most important thing, bro. That's why I keep telling y'all, bro. When you right, dog, you ain't even really gotta do a whole bunch of crazy shit off the rip. You just give it time. Because you can smell and you can tell shit like this. And most of the in Akaash, again, let's just go here. Let's really get into it, man. Akaash is a fucking I gotta be careful, okay? Akaash Singh is, I'll just say he's Indian, and I'll leave that. Okay. Sanjeet Patel Okay. All right. Women have said they have a certain view of those men. Okay. Women say it. Women talk about how men like Akash approach them and the things they do in order to get them and shit, right? So are we really surprised? But let's start here, man. Let's see. Why I can't find the original one? This not the original one. Let's see. Here we go. This is it. Oh, I didn't earn it. So here we go. Okay. Got it. Here we go. Oh, this nigga replied. Oh no, nigga, you definitely held an L. You can't flip it like you was trying to put nothing in nobody's place, nigga. You lost. You are cooked, sir. Get the fuck out of here. So this is how everything started. Okay.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
What I find corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period.
Akash only dates brown. Akash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife. That's an
So
Indian
this
woman that
is
was
like
important to
loyal
me.
through and through.
Okay.
Now, of course, you can tell that's early days, fresh and fit. Myron is rocking the Kobe cut, extremely low because he had that motherfucking sunroof developing, so he had to keep it low so you couldn't really tell. And then you had fucking Fresh over there just looking bewildered as usual. So yeah, this is early days of them getting the podcast out the ground. So hey, a part of this shit, man, where you want to make it into the big leagues is, what I'm saying, public humiliation rituals and shit. Akaash and Andrew Schultz were both established comedians. I won't say necessarily big time as at that time, but I mean they both had like $1 million or whatever, so on and so forth. So they were professional comedians, of course, came together to do a podcast. These two dudes are up and coming. And pretty much, like you said, this is what happens. They do their research, and hey, you have a controversial message, you get the shit on the dudes, and so on and so forth. And now, where the fuck is Akaash Singh? I mean, I never thought the dude was funny in the first place. I mean, it is what it is, but where is he now? I don't even know if he's doing comedy now. Like, what are we talking about?
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. So I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
Your relationship with your children.
Oh my God.
It's an evil world we live in. Yo, for your wife to hop out here and say some wild, crazy shit like this, bro. For your wife to hop out here and say she was popping that pussy. Let me see. I gotta change it. Hold on, man. I gotta change my setup because I don't like it when. There we go. That's a lot better. I like that a lot better. You know what I'm saying? I'd be too small. Shout out to my man, Passport wasn't he had me looking like I was in a motherfucking Game Boy the other day because the picture was too small and he tried to, you know what I'm saying? So this to help y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be looking like I'm in motherfucking 8-bit resolution.
God, I'm actively trying to have an orgy because
For your wife to say I'm actively trying to have an orgy while married.
and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm
But I won't say. Yeah, hold
talking
on.
about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches. Okay.
You married this shit. And this also goes to the thing of where, listen, Asian women, if you want to talk about fetishize, you want to talk about fetish, you want to talk about obsession, Asian women and white boys, listen, I don't think there's a stronger fetish in the world. I know the white girls like the BBC. I know the Filipinas like the, I know niggas, but it's something about that. I told y'all, I realized this without even really realizing this when I was like, hey, man, why all these motherfucking Japanese anime characters look white? Goku white as hell. When Goku reaches his motherfucking first, elevated form, he white with blonde hair and blue eyes. The Asian obsession with whiteness, bro, is crazy. Crazy. Yeah, Snow Patrol, exactly. I remember they used to that's why the geishas used to put the actual white paint and white makeup on their face. Again, man, it's crazy. Shout out to a man support man. Appreciate you, brother. For another 5 in the collection plate, brother. I greatly appreciate you, brother.
No, I'm stacking this paid. Ain't nothing but some money.
Y'all better start coming between the man and his 304. They're crashed out over them. LOL. I didn't know Andrew Wilson until CGA debated him. Now, I was aware of Andrew Wilson because of the whole debating thing. But yeah, man, this is crazy, bro. This is diabolical work right here. This is construction site porta potty nasty right here, bro.
I have 2 but
Middle of July.
whole story. So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up. And I woke up in the morning and my asshole was a little sore.
Oh my God.
And I remember.
Yo, this is correct. This is, again, man, listen. Jesus Christ. Jesus. It's your wife? This is your wife.
What kind of porn do you watch when you use a vibrator?
Okay, not gonna lie, I don't watch porn while using a vibrator. What? I just think my imagination is vibration enough.
What?
I'm just thinking of my own husband while I'm doing it.
Wait, that's kind of baller, but I
Yeah.
could never do that.
Yeah. And so I was
Do
using
you and your husband split finances? And I'm gonna be really fucking honest.
I don't.
we don't.
Now, hold on. So, no, I was correct then in what I said, because she's talking about her husband. So, this podcast is going on while she's married. She's talking about having an orgy with other motherfuckers and shit during marriage. Again, this goes to another point we keep telling you. Hey, man, you gotta deal at your level, dog. If you're going to be in a serious relationship with a woman, okay, especially a marriage, you need to be in that shit with a woman. Fucking a bitch that's out of your league is, hey, that's every man's dream. You don't get no loss there. Okay, you punch it above your weight class. This shit is temporary. It is what it is. You enjoying the moment. You can't lose. But wifing that bitch, bro, figuratively and literally on paper, no, never do that, nigga. What Jesus say? Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that, bro. You crazy? Because now whatever this bitch gonna do, you gotta tolerate. She too good for you. She too fine for you, and you know it, and she know it. Most importantly, she know it, and she know that you know it. So she gonna do wild, crazy shit like this. She know what? You're not going nowhere. Even especially now, now she got you in the bag because you got the bag, and she ain't got nothing. This is why this quote unquote red pill ideology and whatever. No, nigga, we telling you, bro, stay the fuck away from bitches you know you not cut out for, dog. All right, us quote unquote square niggas don't fuck with street bitches. Don't fuck with them. Don't fuck with hood booger street. Don't do that, bro. That's she is not your speed, fam. It's not gonna turn out good for you. She's never gonna appreciate you. She's seeing you as a come up. Any woman that sees you as a come up, my brother, you are fucking, you know what I'm saying? You are a tool. That's it. All right. Well, every woman sees a man as a come. No, it's not that. No. A bitch that's motherfucking she's 4th generation government housing, food stamps, and all this other shit. It's on and so forth, bro. All right. Look at your ass, you know, with your pension and your health benefits, your medical benefits, totally different than a bitch that, you know, had the same shit. Totally different, bro. Shout out to KP for KC for the 5. Thank you, brother, for another $5 in the collection plate, brother.
Ain't nothing but some money.
There's always one trying to play Stan Rothstein. Ginger had homie gone. If you know, you know. Yeah, y'all talking about nah. Well, that was Al Pacino in it. Was that the fucking gun movie or what? Oh, Casino. Okay. He was a simp in the other movie. What was the one with the guns where he had the fucking him was Al Pacino and Robert De Niro, and they were going at each other. It had fucking what's the name in there too? Val Kilmer. What was that movie? What I'm thinking about? Where they were robbing the banks and shit. Heat. Yeah, he was a simp in Heat too, wasn't he? Wasn't he a simp in Heat too? Fucking De Niro. De Niro's always a fucking simp. And then De Niro just got a bitch pregnant at 80, didn't he? Or was that Pacino? Which one of them? Didn't De Niro just get some 20-year-old girl pregnant? Oh yeah, that too. Stay away from that, man. If none of the women in her family have never had a man, have never been fucking married, bro, do not do it. All they gonna do is tell her shit to fuck up your relationship. Pacino? I thought it was De Niro. It was Pacino? Okay, Pacino. No, it was De Niro. It was De Niro, not Pacino. De Niro just had a fucking kid, bro. Hold on. Let's Google it. Yeah, has a baby. Yeah, at 80. Yes, De Niro has a baby daughter named Gia Virginia Chin De Niro, born April 2023. It was De Niro, bro. De Niro's the fucking simp, bro. Art really does imitate life a lot of the time. Pacino had a kid too? Hold the fuck on. Pacino too? What is these old niggas doing? These niggas, oh my God, these niggas come in competition. Lord Jesus. These old niggas having a fuck off. Oh my God, bro. These old niggas having a granddaddy daddies. A whole bunch of a group of granddaddy daddies out here. Shout out to Fatty, bro. Listen, man. Hey, man, don't ever let them tell you that a man loses his motherfucking value. Fatty had the girl on the panel on Friday, bro. Shorty said she got finessed out of a baby by a 60-year-old nigga, man. 60-year-old hotel nigga, man. She done had long-term relationship with 2 niggas before him, and the first thing the old nigga do is come in the door saying, you know, hey, within a year we gonna get together, we gonna settle down, we gonna have this baby. Yes, we gonna have a baby. Girl got pregnant by a 62-year-old man, bro. Crazy, bro. Hey. Nigga on Medicare, man. Shout out to West End for the 5. Greatly appreciate you, brother. Thank you, brother, for the donation to the congregation, brother. Thank you for another 5.
Ain't nothing but some money.
Akaash took pride of only being with his Indian woman. All along, she misses the days she's being slutted out by white dudes. Real pill logic he needs. Again, that's what we keep telling motherfuckers, man. The real pill shit, bro, is nothing but anything other than the fucking truth, man. Shout out to Spaces. What up, fam? See, look at Jabroni Z. Hey, what? Clarence Carter. Ooh, shit. Clarence Carter went lying. He told you. I be stroking. That's what I be doing. I be stroking. Hey, man, listen, bro. Hey, man. Pause. Shout out to all my niggas that ain't never. Shout out to all my niggas that ain't never touched none of them pills, none of them serums, none of them honey packs. Now hold on, the gas station pills don't count. That's a little different. Back when that was different. But niggas that not dependent upon a prescription for your erection. Shout out to you, brother. You're doing something right. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna keep blessing you. All right. Shawty asked you, why I'm still standing up? Baby, you know, hey, baby. You did a good job. You did a good job, baby. That's why. That's why. Okay. He likes you.
We don't.
First
of all, that's a fucking red flag. I'm not like, no joke. I love you girls. If you want to work, all for that, whatever. But like any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his accounts or has separate accounts, that's a fucking red flag. This is not a two-way street. This is a one-way street. His money is our money and my money is my money.
Listen, man. Again, I keep telling y'all this, bro. If she don't contribute, fam, she's never gonna understand the value. Okay, now, all she doing is taking out, and she not putting in nothing, bro. And clearly, like I said, that little pussy, everybody that done had it. This girl said she had trains ran on her, bro, and she's still contemplating orgies in a marriage, fam. Hey, Jeroni, that would be kidding me, man. These podcast niggas need to be locked up 30 years. All these podcast niggas take their microphone, or they own a microphone, RICO charge. Niggas saying all kinds of crazy shit about the niggas. These bitches say wild shit. Niggas don't give a fuck. Yo, what up, fam? What's going on, bro?
And look, have I only made $600 from content creating?
Wow, I went up $100 from last week.
But that's my money. Okay.
I don't know if you watch The Boys, but I love him on The Boys.
I never watched that show, but like he's on my hall pass list.
Oh yeah.
Look, bro, your wife constantly cucking you out, man. Your wife is all these clips again, man. Hey, man, do a background check on your old lady, man. Like I said, I've never asked a woman what her body count was or any of this shit or so on and so forth, bro. But in this day and age, my nigga, especially if you got any type of clout or any type of whatever, bro, you need to at least know who she come on, man. You got to sit this bitch down and grill her, bro, because this mentality right here, this is crazy.
Ace Crawford, Jacob Elordi, Austin Butler, and who else?
Do you know why I think I have like a good marriage? I think it's because my husband's never here. Okay, so
You always on the road, bro, and your wife keep talking about all these hall pass niggas and orgies, and brother, what's the chances? And she's spending your money and you not checking it?
I've been getting a lot of comments that I'm using my husband for clout, and yeah, that's exactly what it is. No lies were told. I am leveraging the support I have. It's kind of like nepotism, but like through my husband, so like spousal nepotism. What's wrong with that?
Hey, man, shout out to Myron, man. Drop the ether beat, nigga. Okay. Shout out to Myron. Drop the fucking ether beat. And again, man, why would he stop?
Get this little.
It's a ring light. Dr. Trevor, what are we doing?
So Justine sustained a bruise through some physical activity at home. And we treat a lot of bruises here, bruises for many different reasons. And so we amassed a laser called the beam and the map.
Also, I heard you're single. Is that true?
She just said the nigga ain't never home. So how the hell she getting all these bruises? He ain't there. Then she flirting with the doctor asking, are you single? Again, man.
Go back to treating. Typically we get these types of bruises on the neck.
Wait,
we
why?
follow something else on the neck, and it's surprisingly we get a lot of patients that come in. Get this little.
It's a.
And the fact of the matter, bro, that she even making it, I won't say clear, but making it seem as if, hey, you know, bro, this is crazy, bro. Listen, man, Lord Jesus. Myron, stop, man. Stop, Myron. He dead. He dead, Myron. Uh-oh. And she making it worse. Hey, man, keep another thing. Never let your woman respond to your beef with a nigga. Baby, let the man handle this. Just sit down. Just sit down and be quiet. Right? Sit down and be quiet. Leave it alone. I got this. Okay?
So my husband actually interviewed these red pill guys on their podcast one time, and I won't mention their names because who the fuck even cares. But it was so funny because he actually called them out on their shit.
Here, hi, my name is Justine. I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it. And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian, and he buys me lots of nice things.
I'm mad at my husband because he's too busy working and being a provider, and I'm over here having all these cute outfits, cute shoes, cute bags, like want to do my makeup, want to go out, and he's nowhere to be found.
Okay, you guys, I have really good news. So for the longest time, I told my husband he couldn't look at me until he got to 1 million followers because, like, who the fuck are you if you don't even have 1 million followers on Instagram?
Now, mind you, that's kind of crazy for Akaash Singh to be a professional comedian, and I think he had like stand-up specials and shit. To not have 1 million followers coming from India, okay, it's kind of crazy. For him to be an Indian dude, an Indian comedian, not have 1 million followers is kind of. But again, like I said, I don't prefer his comedy. So it's only so many fucking Indian jokes you're gonna tell. Okay, Indian jokes aren't as funny as black jokes. Okay. Yeah, Jabroni Z, exactly. If I don't like your comedy, you're probably not funny. Yes, exactly.
There's a difference being a scammer and being a hustler. Two very different things.
Okay.
I'm a hustler who scams a little bit. I'm not a scammer who hustles.
I'm not gonna lie, that was sexy, and that's why I'm actively trying to have an orgy.
Now, this woman is flirting. This woman is in real time publicly cucking her husband. That is, for you guys that don't know, that's Akaash sitting right here. Okay, that's Akaash. That is her husband sitting here. Okay, this is another, I guess, Indian or Arab dude or whatever. I don't know, right? But this woman is saying, well, let's listen to it.
Lie, that was sexy, and that's why I'm actively trying to have an orgy.
Bro, listen.
On to the streets.
If y'all ever see anybody use that fucking clip right there, that's my shit too. That's mine. I see a lot of motherfuckers shit getting popular. I gotta start, I guess, watermarking my shit or something. I don't know. But shout out to my man, West M. Appreciate your brother for the 10. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother, for the $10 in the collection plate, brother. Thank you.
Hey, you gay. Y'all niggas are gay. Nigga, you gay. That's gay.
She's first generation American. This shows that even when her family is traditional, high school, college, and feminism will turn them into this. But hey, let's shit on passport, bro. Man, listen, bro. Come on, dog. You know how this shit go. Like, again, he's an Indian dude, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. He's an Indian dude.
Like, Akaash is such a fucking king. Like, everyone knows he's the best husband, and I don't often find men that measure up to him. And like, Nav completely measures up to him, if not more.
Okay, I have 3 questions about Luigi. Okay.
Mind you, that's the criminal murderer, alleged murderer, okay, that killed the damn what's her name, man. And she's just gushing and lusting over a criminal. But again, white boy, Asian woman. India is in Asia for the people that don't know, right? White boy, Asian woman. There's no bigger fucking lust. There's no bigger fucking obsession or what's the word I'm looking for? Shit. Why is it escaping me right now? Fetish. There we go. Fetish.
Akaash is mad because I call Luigi Bay.
I don't love it. I don't love it.
Bro, your wife getting you on camera?
But that shit there, no can do, guys. All right, bitch, you going too far. No can do.
No can do. Nigga, you responding to your wife talking about her obsession with a fucking criminal killer? I don't love it.
What does Bay mean?
Bay is like means like
Get it out. Figure it out.
like Bay means like when you call someone like honey.
Hey man, Myron, leave this man alone, man. Let him live, Myron, please. Myron, let him live, bro. You won. You won, Myron. It's just you won, man. You won, fam. And there's more. We're just gonna go through a couple more of these, and then we'll move on. Okay. Hold on, let me make sure. Be careful because this might be a fucking. Where's that? Hold on. Oh no, that's it. I'll be good. Cool.
Different. My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Let me ask.
Who told you that lie? And this is another thing I keep telling y'all with these Eastern women, bro. And I heard them say this. Now, being a woman being a virgin is a very, very important thing. Her having a seal on that motherfucking pussy is important, right? Motherfuckers want to see the blood, once they pull out for the first time, right? But brother, clearly, no. I don't know if she had the tamper seal replaced or what. But brother, Your wife had a whole bunch of experience with dick before you, brother. Self-admittedly.
And do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. I remember I was just like, what?
Yeah, nigga, you believe that? What meme? what meme is that? And you believe? Oh, that was Jay-Z. And you believe that? Huh? And you believe that?
But she was 22, I was 31. There was an age gap.
Oh wow, no wonder. Come on, man. What are we doing, man? And where's the hate for him? 9-year gap, a 30-year-old man. Why can't you get a woman your age? So this nigga was shitting on niggas for, allegedly not wanting to deal with black women, right? When again, neither one of those dudes are black or American black, right? They're not FBA ADOS, whatever you want to call it. Okay. But you use your fame, use your money to get a girl that's clearly above your fucking league. And what's gonna happen, y'all? What's gonna happen? We'll give it 5 more years. What's gonna happen, y'all? What's almost like 99% guaranteed to happen with fucking Akaash Singh and his wife? Again, his run is over with. No one's talking about Akaash Singh anything. Nobody is laughing at Akaash Singh jokes. Akaash Singh isn't even on that same podcast anymore. You paying for everything already. She's talking about how bored she is. You're gone. You're gone. And you're never there. She's setting up the perfect motherfucking divorce package.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. So I was popping my pussy and
to have an orgy.
Okay, and that was just a pre for the what's name thing. So that's the same shit. But listen, man. Again, I'm gonna just stop there, man. Okay. I'm gonna stop there because this is just too bad, man. This is all bad, homies. Well, no, I got to do this one because let's go ahead and put the tombstone on the. Let's go ahead and put the tombstone on the casket, man. Fuck it, we here, right? Let's put the tombstone on the motherfucker, man. All right.
I'm just gonna really just start it off here. Before you got in here, I was asking Akaash about his first time, with you, not as much, but how did it go with other women?
And this is Horrible Decisions. So this is Mandy and them. Horrible Decisions podcast. This is Mandy and the other girl.
Talking about never having a blowjob. What the fuck? So he's 34. How old are you?
25.
Okay. So you meet him.
Yeah.
He's never had sex and he's older than you. Were you like, ew?
Yeah.
It's funny.
This nigga on a podcast with her. This him. He said, yeah. This is Lauren, talk for me, Lauren. Baby, talk for me. Lord Jesus, I can't.
This is crazy, baby. This is crazy.
Jesus.
Because, the guy that I was kind of with right before him was also a virgin. And
Stole it from a black dude. What's up? I stole it from a black dude.
The black man was a virgin?
I know.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Bitch, stop. Now we know you fucking lied. Bitch, I know you fucking lying. A grown nigga virgin? Bitch, stop playing. In college?
He was like really like on some principled shit, and I don't know. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why he didn't want to lose his virginity. But when I met Akaash, I was at the point where I was ready, because I don't know if you told her, because I was.
Oh no, I didn't know you were a virgin too.
So I was a virgin too when I met him.
Bitch, what? No. Why? So why are we even playing in people's face? Bitch, which is it? How you out here doing all these dicks and getting ran through in college and popping your pussy, but you a virgin? I don't know when this was. Hold on, they have a date on it. They don't got a date on this. I don't know. So, my nigga, you been bamboozled. You been hoodwinked. This bitch was running amok with a pussy. Unless she's saying you on some cucking shit and she doing all this fucking with Brad, Chad, with all the white boys after y'all got married.
That's why she don't know the dick is trash.
That's why.
She don't know no better.
I have no idea.
You gotta get him ignorant. You know what I mean?
Listen, bro. That's another thing. Again, he said it. Okay, he said it. I ain't never heard a bitch talk about how she was hooked on an Indian nigga. Okay, that's just white, black, or anything, even the Indian. Shout out to Sun's Hot Rock for the 5. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, brother, for dropping the $5 in the collection plate, bro.
Ain't nothing but some money.
This is why most Middle Eastern men handle their women the way they do, because left to their own devices, they'll be out of control. Like with black women. Yeah, that's women in general. Yeah, that's what I'm talking. That's why it's extremely strong, bro. And motherfuckers over there understand how women are. It's the way of a woman, bro. Again, the fact that women find so few men attractive, when a woman finds an attractive man, bro, her body goes into fucking mode. Okay? All right? Literally. Her nipples get hard. Her motherfucking pussy start getting wet. When a woman truly finds a man that she's attracted to, being that women find men, so many men unattractive, bro, she's instantly in I want to have sex mode. Just subconsciously. I'm telling you. Women are far worse than men for men they're actually attracted to. Okay? For real. You ever seen it? A chick that, you had no idea, you had no intention, and so on and so forth, and y'all meet, and she own you, nigga. Bitch on you like a squirrel. Slow down, baby, slow down. God damn. Slow down, shawty. I'm gonna give you this nut. You ain't gotta worry, baby. You gonna get the dick, baby. It ain't got, I promise it ain't going nowhere. I got you. Calm down, slow down, shawty. God damn. Hey, shout out to motherfucker. They did a 8-ball to MJG appreciation somewhere. I forget where it was, man. Shout out to 8-ball to MJG, man. Hey, that's my favorite motherfucker. Space Age Pivot is my favorite 8-ball MJG song and one of the most underrated songs of all time, man. Shout out to Solid Sir, man.
No, so I felt like I was like at a place where I was ready, and then I found out he was a virgin, and then I was like, great. Like, do I have to wait again? But I think like we just connected very well that it went without saying that we wanted to.
How did you guys meet?
Show. She had a fat ass and I chased her down.
Wait, you met at one of his shows?
No, we're at the Hoboken Comedy Festival. And
Yep, that's me.
Different. My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Let me ask you.
Yeah, so that was just a combination of all the other joints. Okay, cool. All right, now we got to move on to brother Andrew. Brother Andrew. Brother. We got to bring it to the front of the congregation, brother. Now, this is crazy how shit like this can happen, right? Let's see, Coach Greg Adams. And shout out to lead attorney, because lead attorney was the reason I even found out the information about. Lead attorney was the reason I found out about the details of Andrew Wilson's situation. I didn't know. So listening to the lead attorney review this, I didn't know the details about what, you know what I'm saying, his wife's previous thing. If somebody could tell me, so was she married before, or was she, well, let's start here and then yeah, because I think CGA was a little bit more, what's the name, but this is the thing that's going viral right now. So let me do this real quick. Give me a second. Yeah, so let's start here. I mean, you know, we're in the X spirit, so we'll stay X and then we'll come back to YouTube, right?
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
Don't talk about my wife. You shut your fucking mouth.
Now again, bro, for you to go immediately fucking DEFCON 12 over some motherfucking truth, my nigga, calm down, Andrew. It's true. That's your fault. Now she's a bitch and this and all this other shit, and like, bro, ad hominem central, because hey, you should never be offended by the facts, brother. How's he talking shit if that's the truth? How's it if it's the truth, how is it talking shit? Unless you know that it's a negative and it's going to make you look bad and it's going to fuck your whole brand up. Again, I don't think, like I said, people took Andrew Wilson for a debater, red pill guy, all this shit, whatever, so on and so. We saw the same shit happen. What's with the what's the Dr. Robotnik built nigga looking name is? He built like Dr. Robotnik, the light skinned nigga. I think he might be mixed. He's a fuck with Myron and them. I really can't think of his name. His name escaped me right now. The Manosphere nigga. The light-skinned Manosphere nigga that was dealing with the baby mama for so long. Then, you know, he says she won the baby mama, but then he turned around and married her. Donovan, there we go. Donovan Sharp. There we go. Donovan Sharp. Donovan Sharp ass shit. This is another Donovan Sharp. This is a white Donovan Sharp. All this red pill shit, all this, you know, Christian superiority and whatnot, what have you, and lo and behold, bro, you married Gomer, dog. Gomer. Akaash married a Gomer. Andrew married a Gomer. By Christian standards, if she had children by men she wasn't fucking married to, that is whore activities. And she said, she's going to say it here. She didn't say she was married to those men. She said long-term relationships. So she had children with men that she wasn't married to, which in the Bible would be considered whoredom. Andrew, brother, gotta have some integrity. Gotta hold the standard. Shouldn't be offended by people telling the truth. She didn't say your whore wife. He didn't say your bitch ass wife. He said, hey, your wife has 3 baby daddies. If that is a fact, brother, it just is what it is. If that's who you chose to marry, be proud of it. Own it. You can't fucking get mad at her for what you chose. Was she married though? I don't know if she was married. So that's what I'm asking. Was she married or not? Because she said long-term relationships. She didn't say marriages. So was she married or no? I'm honestly trying. I'm genuinely asking that because I don't know the details. But let's play it. And we'll hear.
Rachel, are you there? Can you hear us? Rachel?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Did you not have agency when you accepted this debate with Andrew?
Yeah, I did.
Then what did he do wrong? You do not sound like a person with a college education. And since you lost and you got humiliated, you thought the thing to do would be attack me. And where did you get the idea that I'm promiscuous? I've spent my entire adult life only in 3 long-term committed relationships, one of which is a, almost 20-year relationship with
So no, which is crazy. So hold on. No. The bitch didn't say married. She said long-term committed relationships would mean she was not married. I do this shit very well, okay? And it's fucking right and exact as Andrew Wilson and even his wife is. If she was married, she would have been saying, hey, I spent my entire adulthood married. No, she said 3 long-term committed relationships, and then she said the 20, which is crazy. Damn. How old is this woman? How old is Andrew? Andrew can't be that old. I know white people age like motherfucking milk, but Andrew got to be what? I'll say mid-40s. He can't be late 40s. How old is Andrew Wilson? Andrew Wilson's not that old, I don't think. But for you to be dealing with this woman for 20 years, brother, and she had... Oof. But now, see, look, what Andrew would come around and say is, oh, well, see, you're a failure. You weren't able to stay married. You're divorced. So that's what it is. You're bitter and you're this and you're that. And you're like, no, my nigga, I would much rather be divorced, okay, and be the first motherfucking father to my ex-wife's child, okay, than to be married for 20 years and in 3rd place. Okay. I would much rather be 1st place in my wife's gene pool of children and that marriage end than to have an everlasting marriage being 3rd place in my wife's gene pool of children. Listen, and she's 5 years. That's crazy. She put that pussy on him. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Listen, and she put the he was clearly listen, man. Andrew Wilson is a decent debater. I think he's a little overrated in the debating thing, but hey, you get your lane, you get some clout or whatever. You go up against the whole, OnlyFans girls and whatever podcast is blowing up. Cool, fine, I got you, right? But come on, man. Andrew Wilson has never been Lady Slayer. Woo. So that's what I'm saying, because 20 years. So how old is she? Does anybody know their ages? I don't know, because he said 20 years is crazy. So I don't know. Have they been married for 20 years? I don't think they've been married for 20 years, but I'm good. She's saying like they were dealing with each other and then they ended up getting married. But either way, let's keep going.
Andrew, now we're like 18 years in.
I did 18 years in. So 20 years, they've been married for 18.
Hang on, Rachel. I did wonder one thing. Tell me, if she had aborted her children with those 3 relationships, would she be less promiscuous or not?
Yes.
Yeah, she'd be less promiscuous.
Yeah.
These people. Rachel, you should have killed her kids, Rachel.
Maybe she should have.
It's less promiscuous if I kill the children?
I mean, you're not killing children. You're having an abortion.
Now, I don't agree with this premise of it or so on and so forth, right? Yeah, I don't agree with the abortion aspect of it. I don't know why but I do understand what she's saying, right? So basically, like, this is a no face, no case. And this is what a lot of men don't understand, but this is a very, very teachable moment. And this is why I say we do different than whatever podcast and these motherfuckers that just, oh, she's a 304, she's a this, she's a that. No, nigga, we really break this shit down to the kernel, okay? Fantastic one of the one who told you, hey, man, the new hustle, remember Prince Fella? I told y'all, Prince Fella got married to an old fella, right? Married him, had a baby by him, and then got divorced. She had a baby within like a year or 2 of them get married, extremely early. Then said, I'm not happy in this marriage anymore. I want a divorce. So now you can't call Prince Fella and her ilk a baby mama because she had her child within a marriage. See, you're not a baby mama if you had a child within the marriage. You're an ex-wife or divorcee, right? That had a child in a marriage that just didn't work out. Bro, we tell you the finesses and the shit that these niggas really don't understand. This woman, what this girl is really telling you, and this is some real shit, and this is what you need to let your sons know and niggas need to be considering. Bruh, just because the bitch ain't got no kids don't mean she ain't never been pregnant. In 2025, just because the bitch ain't got no alive children, okay, don't mean she ain't never been pregnant. But you don't know that. You just see some fine shit 29, 30 years old, no kids. You'll never know she had fucking 3 abortions from a trap nigga she was dealing with in her 20s. The kids ain't here. So it looks better on her than the motherfucking woman that was having just as much sex, getting pregnant just as many times, but she just kept the babies. Same bitch, just one, no evidence. Bars. I live this real time, okay? Listen. Same bitch, just no evidence. That's what she's saying. But because, you know, hey, he's offended and he feels some type of way.
Did you just say to me that my life would be better if I had aborted my children?
If I were in your shoes, I would have had a better time doing that.
They're missing it. They're not understanding. They're not understanding. She's saying that, hey, if I'm a single woman out here, right? If I'm a single woman out here and I'm trying to get the best possible man, right, to take me serious, lack of children is the best leverage I could ever have, no matter how many fucking kids I actually had and got pregnant by. Again, man, this some shit over here that's just unique, man. Everybody want to add out, man. Oh, yeah, you red pill niggas. Like, bro, listen, bro. It's way deeper than that shit over here, bro. We go beyond the basic principles in fucking, like, you know what I mean, format and shit here, bro. We get to the real shit that most motherfuckers don't even know about. Oh, hold the fuck on. Silent sir, what we doing, man? Listen. I appreciate the donations to the congregation, but all I'm asking, if you will please hit that like button for me. Take that good hallelujah finger, okay? And fine, if you are watching in the vertical, double tap that screen, okay? If you are watching in the traditional way, hit the like button, okay? The like button is free. Hit it for me. Damn.
Take off recording. Real more shit, man. That's why more bodies, man. Done more bodies right now, man. That real more shit, man. G up in the building, man.
Hey, man, what's going on? Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Hit the like button for me, bro. And remember, when we open the doors of the church, everybody's welcome to come up and give their testimony, okay? Whether you agree or disagree, all right? Now let's go over here to back to, I guess, the Coach Greg Adams and Andrew Wilson debate. And I don't know exactly where. This is towards the end. I'm gonna go through it, speed it up a little bit. But this was the crux that I had in the issue and the problem, and that destroys. And for sure, I told you guys, and y'all kept arguing with me, right? Y'all kept arguing me about, man, Andrew Wilson won the debate. You just don't understand. I was like, no, Andrew Wilson never won a debate. Andrew Wilson was making this a whataboutism or what if or best possible scenario, which is just unrealistic. Andrew Wilson was giving you a way things should work and could work, and Coach Greg Adams was arguing from the point of where it is and what it is. That's how Coach Greg Adams won the debate. Coach Greg Adams was in reality the whole entire time. You can't make people believe and change their fucking beliefs. For one, to even try and shift everybody or the majority of people to a Christian mindset of marriage, and you get married the first time and you stay married for the rest of your life is bullshit. Is bro? It's who believe? How are you going to enforce that? Unless you outlaw divorce, okay, just across the board, or make it extremely difficult. How are you going to enforce that? It cooked them. It wasn't even close. That's what I was saying. It wasn't even close. What are we saying? Yeah, this is crazy. What are we talking about? Thank you. That's what I'm talking. That's what I was saying. And people was arguing this shit with me, and I was just like, bro, what are y'all saying? When both people in a relationship have autonomy, and we know that one side of the fucking shit is encouraged and incentivized to leave, how are you going to stop that? That's why I say CGA won this debate. But again, like I said, this was the clout of Andrew Wilson being a great debater, which again, like I said, I'm not saying he trashed, but he's definitely overrated, bro. It's too many things. Shout out to Fatty. I saw the time Fatty wolfed him. And when you get him in a corner, now he gets mad. He can't control himself. And then he starts with the ad hominems, and he keeps trying to go back to shit. He tries to drag you out in the water away from the original topic and then ask you about the original topic. That's why you have to stand firm and be like, no, we're here. Let's stay here. Let's not ask me about 20 different fucking things. Let's stay right here where I got your ass pinned to the motherfucking wall. Okay. And then after you ask that question or answer that question, we can do all the different scenarios and possibilities and whatever thing else. Okay. That's the difference between a fucking great debater and, once you know the tactics. They're like, motherfuckers don't understand the tactics, bro. That's why I call this shit out a lot of the time, bro. But again, shout out to CGA, man. Outside the tricking, I'm fucking with him.
Talking about just because they don't have polling data for the United States specifically, we can definitely look at other nations where there's ecclesiastical marriages and the divorce rates. That's one. You can do it right now. The second is this. Even if I grant that just because polling data for that specific thing doesn't exist right this second, the polling data for people who are engaged in state marriage is still lower. That makes my argument much more compelling than yours.
That's all fine and dandy when you're comparing 125 people to millions of people.
No, these are millions of people in the state.
What's the number?
Of what? Of what? Which thing?
I keep asking you this.
And again, shout out to Coach Greg Adams. Just like the dude was trying to do the other day, man. Listen, I can say stats to stats. That's why I always post my stats. That's I always give you a verbally fucking put this example of the stats or something, so on and so forth, and tell you where I found it and all these different things. I don't just say the study or the stats or the so on and so forth. I give you the specific fucking things, and then I make sure I Google the shit and bring up the source. It's easy to say the stats. It's easy to say that shit. Give me the specific stats of what you're talking about the divorce rates and the shit being specifically better than everything else. You can't do it. Those stats don't exist. The stats don't fucking exist. But people are because everybody uses stats now and stats are cool. All you got to say is the stats, and nobody's going to challenge the shit and go look it up. CGA, OG in the game, he understands this shit. Tell me what specific stats you're talking about. You just keep saying the stats. Be specific. Tell me the study, the Pew Research study, the CDC study, the Marriage fucking Coalition of America study. Tell me specifically what study it is, or just give us the source and put it up. We're in a fucking studio. Pull it up.
You never give me.
I've already told you 50 times. There's no polling data.
Exactly. You don't have a number.
So if there's no polling data, there's no stats. The fuck is we talking about? If there's no polling data or no study, there's no stats. So you're lying.
I do have numbers.
It's a fantasy. You've been selling people a fantasy.
Do you realize that?
I love it though. Listen.
And again, listen. This is another thing I said, bro. When Andrew was losing, you can tell. Andrew, bro. I would love to play fucking poker against Andrew, bro. Playing poker against Andrew Wilson, nigga. Hey, you can't lose. As soon as this motherfucker get frustrated, bro. Body language is horrible. Cigarettes, chain smoking. Like, come on, man. Again, this ain't no personal attack against Buddy, bro. I still respect him because the art of debate is very, very important in being lost, and he's one of the people that's keeping it alive, right? But, bro, it's just so many things. If you can see it and you understand people and body language and shit, it's just like, come on, bro. This shit was bad, dog.
you make my point stronger, not worse.
A fantasy?
If it's the case that people are engaged in state marriage right this second and are part of traditional churches and their divorce rate is lower, it
That's
has
fine.
to logically follow that if they were not engaged in state marriage, the divorce rate would be even lower.
You're talking about getting hit over the head 30% to 50%. Okay, that's great.
It's
I'll
huge.
give you that.
That's huge.
I'll give you that. That's the difference between 150,000 people. Yet you're telling me you have a better solution.
No,
to
it's more than
mitigate that.
150,000.
Hold on. You're giving me a mitigated better than that 30%.
That's more
what
than
I'm saying.
150,000.
Where's that solution for the better than the 30%? I've been asking for it. You can't tell me how many people that you got under these notorious contracts that don't.
I can logically demonstrate it for you. There's no polling data for it. So what?
Get that number. That would be a great insight. So you can tell the audience. Hold on for a second. You can tell the audience how many people that you're going to prevent from busting out this ecclesiastic contract with your little house on Prairie, whatever it is that you're doing. If you could tell your men how many people you have doing it and you prevented them from getting divorced and losing their kids under custody, please tell us.
Yeah, so
otherwise it's a fantasy.
Oh, let's respond again. Do you have the polling data for how many of the black men you personally helped?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see it.
Hundreds of thousands
Let's
right
see
now.
it.
Hundreds of thousands. Hey, everybody in the chat.
Where's the polling
press
data?
One. We're gonna do it right now live.
That's scientific.
Everybody press one.
That's polling data.
Hey, Coach Greg Adams.
That's polling data.
If you follow me for
Yeah, it really is. It's a real-time poll. It's a real-time poll. And the fact that Andrew would try and play like it's not, again, we do it all the time. You have a survey of so many people, you only need a certain amount of people to do something. So Coach Greg Adams has total, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of subs. I don't know. I think he might be close to 1 million. I don't know. Between all the channels or whatever, I don't fucking know. But Coach Greg Adams been doing this for quite some time, bro. Hundreds of thousands of black men listen to him, follow him, so on and so forth. So if you do a real-time poll, that is definitely legitimate. That's what it is, the poll. Yeah, exactly. What the fuck is we talking about? Like, why? How is that invalidated?
the last
You don't
8
have
years,
hundreds of thousands of
press
people in your
one.
chat, dude. Give me a break.
Press one if you can see it. Look. You see that?
Yeah. Where's your
no, you don't want to
polling
look.
data?
You don't want to look. Look at this.
Where's the polling data?
Coach Gang represent.
Hold on. So he had 10,000 people. That is. Listen, 10,000 people viewing in real time is definitely a fucking significant poll. Andrew, come on, bro. Stop the cap, dog. Stop it. Stop it. Stop, Andrew. Come on, bro.
Do you have
You see it
scientific
right here?
polling data?
That's more than your ecclesiastic contract.
Oh,
I can
great.
guarantee you that.
Okay. Everyone in the Crucible chat who Andrew Wilson has helped, put one in the chat. That's scientific polling data.
Go
Says
ahead,
Coach,
go ahead.
whoever.
I don't, you don't want to hear. I thought you was gonna let it happen.
Well, the difference would be this, right? So the difference would be it's not who helped. You asked him about, again, he's helping one side, which are men, is in his chats predominantly men. You're talking about marriage. So now you would have to ask how many people in the Crucible chat are married under the ecclesiastical contract and still happily married, and you're there because of Andrew Wilson. That would be the question you have to ask to make it equivalent. See?
But now all of a sudden you don't like the numbers. Come on, Andrew, man.
That's not polling data.
I thought we were better
That's
than
not
this.
polling data, dude.
Okay,
What are you
cool.
talking about?
How's it not data? Cheek Chi. How's it not data? Explain it to us. When you ask Americans, are you a smoker? All you have to be is an American. Then you hit yes or no. That is polling data. Coach Greg Adams, the vast majority of his fucking subs are men. So if he's asking men, if I helped you, and the men answer, how is it not polling data? Okay. Hey, listen, I'm with it. You can come up here if you want to. You don't have to get upset. Answer my question. You said it's not fucking polling data. You say it's not data, and I just motherfucking showed you how it is. 10,000 fucking people in a survey is data. There have been far many fucking surveys that have been less than 10,000 people. Hell, Family Feud only ask 100. Family Feud is the best fucking example of polling data. That everybody understands. We asked 100 people.
You want to call
That's
me a
not polling
doofus? Hey,
data.
were you gonna call me a doofus?
Yes, that's doofus shit.
Yo, man, that's crazy because I asked you for a number and I'm the doofus. You can't even give me a number.
I gave
under
you
your
a heart,
data.
dude.
Wait,
Exactly. And like I said, he shot it. Listen. Andrew shot shit first before CGA even get to the other shit. And this is where he gonna lose it.
Where's your army at? What's the name of your group? What's the name of your group?
The Crucible Chat.
The Crucible Army. Go ahead and pull them up and tell them how many of them are under your ecclesiastic contract.
And let's make sure we got this straight. How many people are in his live chat right now?
He's got 2,060.
And see how many people are in mine.
Let's go pull it up. They should beat me in your ecclesiastic contract. They should floor us in the ecclesiastic contract.
Oh,
4,800. That's like not even double.
Just one.
All right, we're both doing well.
Just one, please. Just one, please. And now that means I win.
Where they at?
That's scientific polling data.
There's crickets over there. Okay.
Just ones. Just one. All I got to do is ones. And that's scientific data.
There's a couple of twos in there. I want the ecclesiastic contract marriages.
Oh, no. You said who have I helped?
Oh, wait a minute.
That's different.
No, he said ecclesiastical contract marriage, and what's the name called that? Okay. Well, I guess it won 10,000 people out there of views. So he said he had 2,000 live. So you got a better argument with that. 2,000 people. I thought it was 10,000. So I give you the 2,000. But even still, I think they did surveys with people less than motherfucking 5,000 people before, plenty of times, right? Why is it doing that?
No. You ask who, for me, who's followed my prescription.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not polling data, dude.
I asked you for the ecclesiastic contracts, Andrew. This is very simple.
What part of we don't have the polling data, but I can logically demonstrate it. Do you not understand?
You're selling a fantasy.
We do have the numbers.
You're selling a fantasy.
Oh my God, dude. This is
you're selling a fantasy to me. And I think what you need to do is
talking to a fucking wall.
And I hope that all those cancer sticks that you've been smoking will help your ass live long enough to see how far you led men astray. I would love that for you to survive, and I would bless you by the name of God and the Jesus Christ and Latter-day Saints that you survive all them goddamn smokes you've been out here.
Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
All them smokes you have, so you can come out here and live and see how many
Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You follow Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints?
Somebody does. More people than that. More people than the Crucible.
The LDS.
More people that
you are not in the LDS church, dude.
More people than you have under your ecclesiastic contract. I can guarantee you that. All right.
All you have to do is agree to one proposition. Is it the case that you personally think that if there is no state contract, you're not win a state contract, your chances of getting divorced are going to decrease? Is that true or false?
If that's true, even if you don't get married, correct.
And again, we all agree with that. That's why I say non-state sanctioned marriage. Listen, baby, hey, I love you. I think you're the best thing ever. Will you marry me without a contract, without the state being involved? What are most women going to say though? No. Most women are going to say no. Why we can't, go to the courthouse and whatever. Why do we need to? This is me, you, and God, right? There are steps and things that we can take in order for you to be able to get my medical benefits. Of course, you be in my will and testament without a doubt, all these different things. You can get any and everything that married people get just being in, non-state sanctioned marriage. Women are not going for that because women want the leverage. How long have we been telling all this shit? We've been said this. Yeah, fucking irrevocable trust. What are we talking about? That shit, a irrevocable trust is motherfucking stronger than the fucking marriage contract.
Your chances of getting divorced goes to 0. And that's the same thing I said. Don't get married.
Exactly. And shout out to CGA. If you don't get married by the state, you can't be divorced. That's why I was like, y'all. I mean, again, CGA, this was too simple. CGA said it jokingly, and we always say this: the number one cause of divorce is marriage. Okay, in order for you to get divorced, you must be first what? Legally married, recognized by the state. If you never get a legally married by the state divorce, by marriage, you can never be divorced. What are we talking about? Again, this was, what are we saying? He said it jokingly, but that's the facts. The facts is you can't get divorced if you're not married. The only fucking divorce that the court recognizes are legally recognized, respected marriages. She can't take you to court and divorce you if the court doesn't recognize your marriage. What are we talking about here? That's why I was like, man, CGA, CGA, watch this dude. It was never even an argument. One dude is talking about reality and the facts and what actually exists. One is talking about this fucking idealistic, possible, could be, should we, come on, bro. Perfect world shit. What are we talking about here? Exactly. What are we saying?
You don't get divorced. The number one cause of divorce is marriage.
Not
Boy,
marriage.
it sounds like
a state contract.
no, the number one cause of divorce is marriage. Hey, Andrew, let's just say this, man. Listen.
I thought they could divorce you even if you weren't married to him 5 minutes ago.
No, you went through a ceremony. You went through a religious ceremony. So at that point, they can. But if I never went through a ceremony, they can't.
They can sue you for anything by your logic, whether you
No,
went through it or not.
Don't move the goalpost. I said you went through a ceremony. I didn't. All right, those are two different things, sir.
Which part of? I don't really. Again, I don't understand. If it's the case that you
He's
say,
scrambling and scraping for shit right now.
If it's the case that you say
He's scrambling and scraping for shit right now.
If you're married by the state,
We got him scrambling.
if you're married by the state, if you're married by the state, your chances of marriage or divorce
But if you don't
increase.
get married, your chances of divorce is zero.
Yeah. Okay. Wait a second. I'm sorry.
Your chances of if you don't get married,
unless you're
your
cohabitating,
chances
right?
of divorce is
Unless you're
zero.
cohabitating.
Depends on where you live.
Yeah. So then it's not
That's
zero.
not
So
in
you just lied.
California.
It's not
Not in
zero.
California.
So then it's not zero.
What about if you don't cohabitate?
Yeah. Again. So now you're moving the goalpost. No.
So no, I get him on that. That's kind of wild. There's no way you're not going to cohabitate with your wife, be her state married or non-state married. So come on, CJ, you're reaching on that one, brother. But that is one wild thing again, to where Andrew is in death throes right now, trying to fucking survive and hold on. So that's the one thing he would get you on. There's no way you're going to be married to a woman and not cohabitate with her.
If you read my book, and I bet you can't read. Did you write a book? I'm pretty sure you didn't.
No.
I wrote a book.
My wife wrote a book, and I take all her money though.
Good. Well, that tells me what type of man you are. Holy mackerel, you pimping your wife out now? What's
To
next?
write books that I
What's
profit
next? If
from?
those, how many books that she sold? Now let me get back to this.
I'm pimping
Hold
her
on for
out
a
'cause she
second.
wrote a
Hold on for a
book.
second.
What?
My prescription for men
Is
is
my
no. Hold on for a
prescription
second.
for
No.
your wife to write a book?
Yeah. Well, I guess YouTube's going well if you're living off your wife's books. All right. What's her name? So we can give her some shine and sell some books.
Oh, her name is Rachel Wilson, the author of Occult Feminism. I guarantee it sold more copies than yours, sir.
All right. We can look it up.
Let's
It's
look
over
it up.
that now. We can look it up.
No, let's look it
now
up
watch
right
this.
now.
Watch this. All right. Go ahead.
I want to look it up right now. Now I just want to
Now at this point, what have you done? You're living off the backs of your wife? Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Is this traditional marriage?
Yes, absolutely.
Boy, oh boy, men have fallen. I'm gonna tell you that.
Absolutely.
Men have fallen. It's a disgrace. All right.
Man.
You're living off of what? Is this traditional marriage, by the way?
Yes.
Your wife is in the traditional marriage and you're living.
I don't know, brother. Now listen. Hold on. It's a traditional marriage. So is Andrew saying that he's married by the state? Because if you're not living by your own prescriptions, brother, why are you prescribing it? And then furthermore, well, if you're not married by the state, are you really married? And then we got to come back to the point of where you're third place you're the only one that married the woman that was dealing with dudes that gave her children. The other two motherfuckers just, hey, I'm out. You married her though.
off her finances. Goddamn. All right, boy. The crucible is falling apart at this particular point, bursting open at the seams.
You got
Gentlemen,
me. What's your book called?
Free Agent Lifestyle.
You got me, man.
Yeah, I did got you.
I take all. It's true. I take all of her money. It's true.
Well, that's what you said.
I mean, I do.
You said that.
I do.
I mean, I'm not saying something you
all
didn't
of
say.
it. And it's been on guns.
Every traditional marriage sounds great, guys. Traditional marriage sounds
does that
great.
sound bad? Who would be upset by that? I take all of my wife's money and spend it on guns. He says traditional marriage sounds great.
That's
guys.
traditional marriage. That falls under traditional marriage.
Sure.
Oh boy.
What's untraditional
All right,
about it?
That's a great traditional.
Well, what's non-traditional would be that your wife is the. I mean, of course, and we're not saying this, but he's making it, or what Coach Greg Adams was saying was, okay, well, is your wife the breadwinner? And I think he did say that. So if your wife is the breadwinner, which I don't think that's the case, I don't think his wife makes more money than him, right? But that's from the lens of where Coach Greg Adams is saying it. So even if you're married to the woman and she gives you all of her money, quote unquote, if she's the breadwinner, that's non-traditional. And that's from what, you know what I'm saying? That's what everybody's taking from this when you're saying it. Links in the chat, by the way, if you want to come up. Remember, cam up. Says you got to say all people are welcome, whether you agree, disagree. Shout out to the CGA people. Shout out to the Andrew Wilson people. Hey, I'm with all the smoke, but just know it's probably not going to go the way you think it's going to go.
It sounds like great traditional marriage to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't find the numbers, honestly.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
This all happens. Shit happens. But, it's a bestseller, trust me. You should read it.
So it's hers.
Yeah.
It's just
But what have you done? But what have you done?
I take her money.
Zero.
Yeah.
Exactly. Boy, I mean, you hear this?
Yeah.
This is the traditional patriarchy, masculinity here, in live and in living color. But you can follow him. You can follow me.
I mean, your book is ranked higher on the charts and it has more ratings.
Oops.
Can't find the sales numbers on either.
The sales numbers are what matters.
Oh.
Let's see the numbers.
Oh.
Numbers.
Uh-oh.
Numbers.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. So number 593,000 in books on Amazon. Coach Greg Adams Free Agent Lifestyle. Highest he got was top 100,000. So clearly, man, lower rank equals higher velocity. Yeah, come on. Favors Greg, and edge to Greg. So yeah, come on, man. You're talking about occult feminism. That's not anything that women are going to read for the most part. Men aren't as big as readers as women are, and it just shows he's more than double higher to where she is. So come on, what are we doing? And again, it's not the shit on her. Shout out to her success, right? She did write a book, took time to write a book on all these different things. But too, I don't know how old her book is, but CGA been doing this for quite some time too. So I mean, what are we talking about here?
Oh, numbers.
But that's even crazier, bro. Why are you comparing your wife to another man, like you said, versus you? Like that's not a good look, Andrew. You got your wife fighting your battle, fam, and that happens a lot. There's no way I would a lady would call my wife a 3-time baby daddy or whatever, so on and so forth, and then my wife has to call in to defend herself. Like, nah, I got it, baby, I got it. But then it kind of leads to what Coach Greg Adams is talking about, this non-traditional aspect of it, as to where, but hey.
Oops. Numbers. I'm higher ranked. More people have. Let's see the numbers. Come on, man. I don't know. I don't keep the data. I don't know what.
I don't know how many books you've sold.
Millions.
So millions of books. Give me a fucking break with this shit.
How many books you sold? Zero. You sold zero goddamn books. Listen, I'm higher ranked.
Hey, sold millions of books.
Look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie, Mr. Numbers Guy.
Where's the numbers?
Higher ranked. More people.
I want to know how many you sold.
More people have rated the book.
Yeah,
Free Agent Life.
Yeah, and then like I said, Andrew just don't like to lose. I can respect that, but to a degree, I hate losing too, man. I do. I can really see the fierce competitor, but you can't be a sore loser, and he's had that look too many times. All right, this is back-to-back major L's, bro. Again, CGA, shout out to CGA washed him. All right, it wasn't even close. Again, you got one guy speaking this fairy tale land thing to where you're gonna have to get the majority of society to switch up the current state of what marriage is and how marriage happens. You're gonna have to most importantly get women to buy into marrying a man and being dedicated to a man. Yo, bro, you gotta show your face. Yo, what up?
Hey, yeah, hello. I don't disagree with you or Coach Greg. Both of you guys were saying true about marriage and how women are. I can't really disagree. If you actually listen to the whatever podcast from last week with Andrew debating that woman who brought up his wife, he tells it around like the 5-hour 30-minute mark. He never claimed to be a traditionalist. Never claims it. He also claims that him and Rachel claims that the first man Rachel was with was her first wasn't a marriage, but the second man she was with was marriage, but they claim that he was violent, attacked her, left her, and that's when Andrew Wilson came up, and supposedly now he was married to a black woman, and later they got divorced and had kids with a black woman.
Well,
Andrew Wilson never.
Hold on. Well, I don't want to speak on speculation, brother. If it's not confirmed or whatever, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't want to put any speculation. But I thank you for giving me the context. So the first dude she dealt with, she wasn't married to, but she had kids by. She got married to the second dude, and he was abusive, and now she's married to Andrew.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
thank you.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for giving me that background, because I didn't know the information. So either way it goes, the girl was still right in what she said. Like I said, she's a 3-time baby mama, right? So I mean, the first chick, the second dude, and now she's got a kid with Andrew. So I mean, the facts are the facts.
Yeah, 2 actually, but she had a son and a daughter with Andrew, but the son passed away in a car accident.
Condolences.
Yes, he was like, I think was 8 years old, and yeah, he passed away.
So
yes, yes. The way I got the information was from Rachel Wilson YouTube channel, but she deleted the video. But if you go to the whatever podcast where he debate that woman, both Andrew and Rachel talked about everything. Yes, you go to the 5-hour mark and tell you everything. Another thing I want to bring up is Andrew Wilson debate with Coach Greg. Andrew Wilson position based on the Eastern Orthodox Christianity sector, whereas what he's trying to do is now he's trying to push Eastern Orthodox to save America. But what Andrew Wilson do a lot of time is that he would try to use Protestants and Catholic data, marriages, divorce rates too, to prove Eastern Orthodox is superior. He like to do like a bait and switch. If you try to use the Eastern Orthodox population in America, you see that it's only 1% of the U.S. population.
The population.
Yes.
Yeah, Orthodox Christianity is extremely small and niche. So that's why I said. So that's why I said CJ won the debate, because as soon as he brought up orthodoxy, I knew that was a very, very small sect of just even Christian belief or like the Christian faith in itself. So again, trying to convert the 99% to the 1%, bro, is impossible.
Yes, it's like liberals trying to use a small portion of transgenders and saying, see, these transgenders, they are doing good in life, even though the most are not doing good. It's like, they use exceptions to a rule to prove their point. And Andrew Wilson trying to do the same thing. And another thing about the birth rates he like use for Christian for Eastern Orthodox, they're only 1.9. So they're below the fertility rate. And Raul Tomasi, he actually did a response to this part too now. Andrew Wilson talked about, you be religious, you have more kids, but all that. He found out was that if people who are Buddhists, in Buddhism, they actually have the most children in the United States compared to any Christian denomination.
Well, I know the people out in Utah and shit, they have a whole bunch of kids. Like, I think
Mormons.
Yeah, Mormons,
Yes.
Mormons have hella kids. But yeah, like I said, that's just, even in that even though they have more kids, it's still going to be, I'd imagine their kid rate is not far with fucking Buddhists, whatever it is. But nah, man, I appreciate you for coming up, man, and giving us that information. That was very, very important, because no one in the chat knew the background as to his wife's previous relationship setup. So I greatly appreciate that info.
And also now, another thing is Rachel Wilson. She is older than Andrew. He was in his mid to late 20s for Andrew, but she was in her early 30s when they met. So right now she might be pushing 48, 49, while he's like 45.
I'm pretty sure both of them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure both of them are still in their 40s. I don't think Andrew is 50 years old.
No. Yeah. Both are in the mid to late 40s at the moment. And also, what Coach Greg said is true. It's like Andrew Wilson thinks that if the man convert to one way, the woman will follow. But even though feminism been in the United States since the 1920s, and so hypothetically, if all men do become Eastern Orthodox Christians, that doesn't mean most of the women will follow along. And Andrew Wilson thinks that don't really take two to tango. My uncle, 4 years old, he passed away. He I hate to say this, he passed away on August. He committed suicide because he got married. He committed suicide. He's like my big brother, but he committed suicide now because the woman married a single mother, 2 kids. And even though like I said, he was out in the top 1% of men. He was making he had a $100,000 career, all that good guy, all that. The woman saw that, right, and she used him for it. She would cheat on him, and the kid that she had with him, supposedly not even his child, but she used that against him. To mentally manipulate him and give her all the stuff she wanted, and that's why Coach Greg and you and Raul Tomasi, Tommy Samori are right about all this stuff now, because Andrew Wilson now, he never experienced the type of stuff that most men go through. He got lucky with Rachel. Rachel is a 1 in a million, but most men would never.
I wouldn't, but that's what I would tell. I still wouldn't say he got lucky. I think that's what he was able to get. So that's what, again, I don't know what Andrew Wilson was doing when they met, but clearly no man that's in his 20s is going to choose a woman that's got 2 kids by two different men, regardless of whether being one not being married and the second one being a marriage, and pick that woman if he had better options. That's my thing.
I mean, you do. Yes, you do got. Yes, you're right. Cause it seems like really both of them both of them were at a low state at a time now. So they just chose to be together. But
Now, that happens, but I'm just like it's not like a power move in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Like I said, I don't know the background or career path of either one of them, but to say that you're in your 20s, as in your prime of physical prime of a man, and you choose to get with a woman that's older than you, and you marry this woman and take her serious, nah, fam, that's what you can. That was your level.
well, let me add the information right here. Because Rachel and Andrew were talking about it when they first met. Now, Rachel said this. You can look this up now on the whatever podcast. She simply said that he saw he was doing great, good paying job, good, a bright future, and she said that she tried to break up with him multiple times now, but he kept on staying with her.
We'll leave it, man. We'll leave it, bro. I don't want to make Andrew look like a super simp, dog. It's already sounding bad, but you about to. I'm not saying you doing nothing wrong, but for the sake of not making this no worse, you know what I'm saying? I just think the whole story within itself is pretty bad. Yeah, we'll wait for another day on that one.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to.
You can say you didn't do nothing wrong. You didn't do nothing wrong. It's just like that in itself. And they telling me here in the chat too that CGA made a whole thing about the story. So I think that's like a whole nother thing of content. And maybe you can, pull back up on that one, and we can, talk about it and chop it up about the full details. But yeah, it's already bad.
Okay. I'm about to go, right? But I'll tell you one more thing. Yeah. CJ, Coach Greg now. The video that he talked, the chat people in chat talking about, he used the video based on off a woman who actually doesn't like Andrew at all. Her name is Trio Logic, and she does a thorough breakdown on. Yeah. CJ Coach Greg he used that video to prove his case between the Andrew Wilson beliefs and his beliefs, and show it. And I said, Andrew Wilson, he never claimed to be a traditionalist. Nor Rachel. They don't claim it, but they try to push people that way now because they believe that that's the only way to stay in America now. But even though, in my opinion, that's not possible. Like every time,
it's not.
Yeah, because history, socialism, USSR. It's the second feminism, communism, all that crap got into it. What happened? They collapsed. And same thing with China, same thing with Venezuela, Cuba, any socialist or communist country, the old way collapsed now. And sadly, America is slowly, it actually is like that now. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we push for, how Andrew Wilson say, push propaganda out, be pro marriage, all that. It's too late. The second you get to it, it's like cancer. The second you get cancer, it's hard to get out. It's hard. And so what will happen in America now, in maybe the next 50, 60 years, you're going to see a population collapse, and whatever remains, they're going to try to slowly populate, repopulate, but also other countries, they're going to try to come in and take piece of America. But that's just my theory, because, just like same thing with Rome. When Rome fell, other countries, other nations came in and started, taking pieces of Rome, Rome. Same thing happened to the USSR, where a lot of countries a lot of parts of the USSR became their own independent countries, like Ukraine and places like that, or Georgia. But that's just me.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I greatly appreciate you, brother, for coming up, man.
You're welcome. Have a good day. God bless you guys.
Yeah, you too, man. Brother came up here with all the info, man. Came up here dropping the truth bombs, man. Let's finish this up.
For life. And guess what? You can definitely brigade your own Amazon shit.
You challenge me.
Show me the numbers. Where's the numbers?
You sold 0 goddamn
numbers
books.
are.
What? You saw the numbers.
No, I didn't.
The numbers.
I asked you for the sales numbers. How many you sold?
Numbers. Free agent lifestyle for life. Everybody go out by the free agent lifestyle.
Yeah, free agent never. Doesn't know how many you sold.
I'm higher ranked, man.
Yeah, man. Come on, Andrew, bro. This again. Now you're not even fighting for you. You fighting. You putting your wife up against this man that's been, CGA been doing this shit longer than you. And you know what I mean? CGA been at least been on the internet now for 10 years for sure, bro. Come on, bro. Andrew, you popping right now, fam, but you might be Andrew might be 3 years in. Might be. Come on, dog.
So what? I got more people. Look,
that doesn't mean shit.
You see that? I'm high ranked.
I'd imagine with the ranking algorithm, sales does play a factor.
Come on, man. We already know that.
No.
It is what it is.
What
I
are the
don't
numbers?
know my numbers. My probably better than hers, but I know it's better than yours.
That's true. I've never written a book. I just take the author's
You come up with obvious solutions to scenarios that
and you have
anybody
none. You just want
can come up
feminism.
with. I don't have a solution. Free agent lifestyle solution.
That's not a solution.
It's
Anyway.
not.
It's just
it's a solution that you don't like.
It's just go fuck sex.
No, that's what you think. All right, it's a solution that you didn't.
How's it going to help? How's it going to help with abortion? How's it going to help with anything?
Well, that's what de-evolution is for. De-evolution. Go ahead and pull that up. All right.
How does de-evolution help?
Go ahead and look. How about you read the book and then come back?
Just
You
tell
did your research.
How does de-evolution
I
help?
figured you were a better debater than this.
Can you
and
answer
be
the
more prepared.
question?
No, be more prepared next time because I don't have time.
You can't answer any questions.
But I'm going to sell some books.
Just no
Free Agent
questions
Lifestyle
answered?
and de-evolution. The link is in the description box below. All right. I did my work. I don't have to explain it. I wrote a book. Your job is to do the work. All right. And that's what we teach men to do. It's not about degeneracy. We teach men to do the work and not come up with pie in the sky fantasies that don't work. All right. The Captain Obvious. Your solutions are very obvious. Control propaganda. All right. Jesus Christ, man. Look, anybody can.
Here's your solution. Do whatever you want. Fuck
the Free Agent Lifestyle.
Fuck whoever. Just fuck whoever. It's fine. We're not feminists, those guys, even though.
Again, man, like I said, what's the thing is that's going to happen anyway, and I think that's I guess Lord willing or Lord forgiving, bro. We're not going. The Bible tells you this. Okay, the world degrades into a point of debauchery and just secular shit. This is where we are. You're not, if you believe in, if you are a Christian, right, or if you are a person that believes in the Holy Bible or the Most High God, this is prophesied of how society is going to be. This is a part of the process of Jesus returning. This is why I can't have that argument and fight, and I make sure I say this. We're never going backwards. This is how it has to happen. Not supposed to happen, not might happen, not could happen. According to the Bible, this is and will happen. So with you saying you're going against your fundamental argument of ecclesiastical whatever, because a part of that tells you that shit, hey man, this is gonna be all fucked up. Most of the women are gonna be whores. They say something about liquor is gonna be way cheaper than bread. What are we talking about here? This is where we are. Now, is it a defeat? It's not a defeatist mindset. It's actually a good understanding of what the Bible tells you and prophesies. This is prophecy. You're not going to get the majority of fucking a country to turn to the 1% ideology religiously. What are we saying? This is ridiculous. How did this even, but this wasn't even a debate. Yes. Thank you, Crimson. Even that scripture in itself, God was telling the world, like, hey, man, I done did all this shit for the people of Israel. I done made all this way. I told Israel they were the chosen people. They said, fuck you, God. We don't care. We finna give our children to Moloch. We finna build these fucking cows. We finna worship these idols. God. If people will do it to God, what the hell you think they're going to do to other people? Oh, damn, knock my head off. Shout out to Crimson Lion. That's what I'm saying, man. Again, that's why I say a lot of these things, man, when you really get down to it, and you break the argument down, you really get to the core of it. Andrew Wilson lost from the jump. If you're making a biblical context argument, and you actually believe in the Bible tells you that we're in time prophecy and that society is going to degrade, not improve, the closer we get to end times. What are we talking about here? What are we saying? So, I mean, what are we saying? CGA didn't even use that would have been my first tactic. Like, oh, so this is the Bible argument? Oh, you said, so the Bible that says that, hey, the women are going to be whores and, God is going to be, only with the people that believe in him. He's going to remove himself from non-believers. That Bible? Oh, so you don't really believe in the Bible? Because if you believe in the Bible tells you that the time is going to degrade and then the behavior of the women is going to get worse. And so that's why I be like a lot of this shit, man. So what are the men to do? The men can try and find the righteous women, but pretty much the righteous women are few and far in between, just like the righteous men. But I think there are far less righteous women than men.
We have all feminist propositions.
I bet you your wife's body count's higher than yours.
Yeah, I bet your wife's body count is higher.
And that's what. Listen. That right there.
What did he do to make them niggas that mad?
Listen, man, that was the kill shot. That was the kill shot right there.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Ooh, kill him. Ooh, kill him.
And again, I don't know how it got to this point, but the wife got bought into it, and that's why I say it's kind of fair game, because Andrew allowed his wife to be brought into it with the book shit. So CGA's argument is, hey, marriage is a losing thing for men, and Andrew knows though. So Andrew took it personal as if CGA knew when CGA say he didn't know, and I believe him, I didn't know. But we got to run that one back, man. Rewind selector. Just a little bit. Damn, it's the most replayed part too, huh?
That don't work. All right. The captain obvious.
How do you know it doesn't work?
Your solutions are very obvious. Control propaganda. All right, Jesus Christ, man. Look, anybody can.
Here's your solution. Do whatever you want. Fuck
the
whoever.
free agent lifestyle. Yeah,
fuck
baby.
whoever. Just fuck whoever. It's fine. We're not.
And I mean, you didn't marry a virgin, Andrew. I think one of the most important principles of the ecclesiastical contract would be women being virgins, correct? That's another major flaw in your argument and logic. Had CGA started there, the debate would have been over with. Whatever. You don't really believe the shit you selling. You didn't get a virgin wife, brother. Now, again, I don't agree with his wife being well, let me clear this up. I am not calling Andrew Wilson's wife a whore, okay? But I'm saying by biblical standards, which Andrew Wilson made the fucking argument, his wife would be considered a whore, okay? I'm not saying she hoeing now. I'm not saying she was actually out here doing all the dicks, but I'm talking from biblical principle, okay? She was married the second time, allegedly. Or not allegedly, but the second time. The first time she wasn't married. So the first time she got, you feel me? Well, it's not a verbal moonwalk, and Thea, I got to be clear. Andrew is making a biblical argument. So if Andrew's going to make a biblical argument, we have to hold him to biblical principle. And by biblical principle, his wife would be considered a whore, being that she had a child without being married first. And then, we didn't even talk about a divorce thing. The Bible only say that the only thing you can get divorced for, I think, is infidelity. I am not saying that Andrew Wilson's wife did all the dicks. That's not what I'm saying. I'm simply speaking from biblical principle of the rules of what marriage and whoredom. That's it. Okay. Unlike CGA is alluding to.
Not feminists, those guys, even though we have all feminist propositions.
I bet you your wife's body count's higher than yours.
That was, listen. Fuck Jay-Z. Fuck Jay-Z. You love my style, nigga. And what made it so crazy is he just, listen, again, man. This is the risk you run when you put yourself out here as Mr. Morals, Mr. Values, Mr. I'm the example, or whatever, or my ideology is gonna work. And then people start pulling the curtains back, people start getting into the details, and it's like shit ain't matching up. Shit ain't adding up, fam.
I bet your wife's body count was higher than yours,
No,
too.
no, I'm not married. I'm not married. And your wife, you living off of her. I bet you her body count higher than yours.
You think so?
I know so.
Oh, okay.
I know
Just
so.
like
Crazy. And Andrew is saying, bro.
You know your
and
numbers.
She's a traditional
Just
conservative.
like you know
I
your
know she
numbers
got
are
ran.
higher.
I know she got ran through more times in the
Gotcha.
Holland Tunnel.
So that's it. It's just now ad
Now we
hominem
just
about my wife.
Is that what we want to do?
That's where you went.
No, you
Did
brought
I say
her
a
up.
word
I didn't bring
about
up your wife.
Did I say a
I didn't
word
bring up your
about
wife.
your wife?
I don't got one.
Yeah, if you did, do you think I would have?
You brought her up.
I brought my. Did I attack her?
You use her to attack him. You tried to put your wife over him and say that she was a better book writer, or she had more influence than a man that's been more known than you and your wife combined. Okay, TGA been around a long ass time, so of course he's gonna take it as disrespect when you compare your wife, a woman, a red pill ideological man, and you're telling him that he's under your wife. Not even to mention the motherfucking, the racial dynamic of it. I'm debating this white man. His wife gets introduced into the fucking situation, and you immediately say that my wife is better than you. And he tried to bring it back, and he kept saying, no, what about you? I want to talk about you. And you kept bringing your wife up. This is another thing that, that's the difference between, I guess, white men and black men, as to where, bro, keep it on us. Keep the hoes out of it, fam. Because once you bring her in it, you can't get her out of it. Once you introduce your bitch to the motherfucking conversation, my nigga, she in it. You can't run. You put her here. So shout out to Coach CGA. This is a life lesson, fellas. If you don't want your bitch in it, keep her out of it. All right? As long as the bitch is out of it, we can keep it out of it. Okay? It is unmanly for a man to bring a man's woman into the conversation that's not being had about her. All right? That's cowardly. I totally agree. But if you put that hoe in here, nigga, you ain't her locked in here with me now. Okay? And whatever I say, hey, it is what it is. You brought her up. You brought her into this. And now you want to play victim. Yes, nigga. Yes, Andrew. You brought your wife into the shit when you was talking about how her books were better than his books, not even knowing the details. And it's not even close. So, yes, he had the right to be offended and then get on your motherfucking wife's body count and her popping that pussy and all these other things, allegedly, which came to be true because now we know the truth about you, brother. Sorry. Is what it is.
I didn't attack her.
You just said she had a high body count, you lying sack of shit. Show me the proof.
I don't have any proof.
Yeah, you're just making shit up.
Traditional conservative.
Again, you don't need no proof, bro. The internet is undefeated, dog. And if he did have the proof to show you, would you really want it? That's some wild shit to say within itself. Show me the proof. Show me the dicks my wife done did. That nigga pull out a list. Imagine a nigga asking you, show me the proof. And a nigga pull up a sex tape, nigga. Be careful what you ask for. Out here, you never know. You most likely don't know your hoe, bro. Don't be asking these niggas, show me the proof. I'm doing dicks. And next day you the bitch doing no hands like motherfucking Waka Flocka. All right? Exactly, man. Hey, be careful. But listen, man, hey, Akaash Singh, Andrew Wilson, these brothers right here, man, we're going to say a prayer for them, the congregation. We're definitely going to pray for these brothers. The Lord to bless them and give them a great will of strength and power to stay with these women that they have chosen. Okay. These Gomers. All right. Because, man, hey, you married now, man. Till death do us part. All right. Till death do us part. You can't leave her now after you done find out she's been out here hoeing. And again, I'm talking about Akaash on this one, not Rachel, not Rachel Wilson, more so Akaash on this. I got to make sure I divide, right? But yeah, man, hey, marriage says to death do us part, man, and you accepted that hoe, man. You got to live with that hoe. Andrew on the other part, I just don't understand. I think this is where the red pill shit kicks in, and I say I refuse to be third place to a woman for life. I refuse. Again, condolences, serious condolences. I don't want to say anything to besmirch or disrespect the child that they lost. I didn't know about that. That's information. So condolences to them for that. I don't know how recent or how old it was. No parent ever wants to lose a child. But still, going back to the principle, having a difficult conversation needs to be had, right? That's a part of manhood. It's understanding that Andrew chose again this, that's the woman he chose. And we promote brothers to not choose that woman to take serious. Okay. If my son came to me with a woman that was already a 2-time baby mama, me and him are going to fight. I'm going to put boxing gloves on because I love him, but we are literally going to fight. And I'm going to be like, nigga, what's wrong with you? There are billions of women out here. Billions. Okay. Billions of women, and you chose this one? Brother, no, sir. Not on my watch. Can't let you do that, man. I love you too much, son. I can't let you go out here and go outside being motherfucking third place at best in the fucking gene pool. And the reason why I say third place, because if she got pregnant by 2 niggas, she'll get pregnant by a third, especially if she like you and she see a future in you. She see potential in you. She see opportunity in you. She going, hey, what's another one? And you better than the first 2. This is the importance of why, and I think the quote unquote the red pill and just male positivity, straight black male positivity is incredibly important because again, a lot of these brothers don't get this information. Yo, what up?
What up, Fantastic? What's going on, bro?
I can't complain, brother. What's up with you? Yeah, loud and clear.
All right, cool. Because I didn't see the green bars going up on the StreamYard. But I watched this debate, right? I first was made aware of this debate by watching Angry Man stream about it. No offense to you, brother. I watch your streams, but I don't really catch too many.
Cool. I'm not offended, brother. It's cool.
I think they're shadow banning you, bro, because you don't really show up on my timeline too often. But
that's cool.
Every time you do, I tap in. What I was gonna say about this debate is it kind of highlights, right? Because you mentioned like the racial aspect, but I know you didn't really want to get into that. But I noticed with the whole manosphere movement, right? When it first started, or when I first became aware of it from like 2016, 2017-ish, it was like all men, black men and white men all together, debating or discussing these issues with women. And then the black manosphere kind of became a thing around 2018 to 2020-ish. And I realized that it was because black men have different issues. We face different problems with the women that we deal with than other men of other races, and they were not really willing to discuss these issues, I guess, for fear of being called racist or whatever the case may be. But the black men then had to come together and form their own kind of circle and have their own discussions. And Coach Greg, the things that he talks about tend to lean more towards what we go through, like the high divorce rate and all that. So I do think that Coach Greg won that discussion, but I think it was mistitled. It shouldn't have been about marriage. It should have been more about divorce. What do you say to that?
No, I agree, but you can't have a conversation about one with the other, and I think it's more enticing if we talk about that. And that's what it was a meeting of the minds of the two brands. So I'm pretty sure Andrew wanted more so that title than whatever, because the easiest thing to do, right, is he tried to get Coach CGA earlier to say and admit to the fact that the best opportunity or the best outcome for families and society are marriages, right? So if you title it that way and then you get CGA to either agree or concede to marriage being important for society, you can say, oh, well, I won. You agree with me, right? So I think it was just the two groups coming together and disagreeing on different things as the approach to set up the venue, all these different things. The other part you were saying though, the most important part, yes, black men experience the relationship dynamic, especially when we're talking about marriage or just dealing with women in general, is unlike not only any man in the country, any man in the planet, right? Because for whatever reason, we're the only group of men where the women think that they are superior, right? Women think that they're either equal or superior. right? And the women feel like the men are there to serve them, and it's matriarchy versus patriarchy. So yeah, you were right in exactly in that, man. But and white boys, Mexican dudes, Arab dudes, nobody else understands it because their women don't, operate that way. The men have a control. The men teach the women, and the women therefore teach the daughters, and the daughters grow up because the women are, reinforcing it. With us, the fathers, if the fathers are there, it's still this deification and this glorification of the mother, right? Your grandma, mama, the aunts, your sisters, and so on and so forth. Don't you let nobody talk about your sister. Don't you let nobody talk about your mama, shit like that, right? When in these other cultures, these men is like, no, your mother is important. She's essential. You love her, but she's nothing special. She's a human being like everybody else. And when it comes to us, we put, again, black women on this next level of humanity or existence that's unlike any other group.
Yeah, man. It's and what do you think caused that? Because it's a problem that obviously needs to be solved, but the first step in solving the problem is stating the problem, which we have plenty of times. But where do we go from there? Like, what do you think the root should we try to address the root cause of it, or is it something where we should just look to the future where our daughters and other young girls that are coming up encourage their parents and encourage the young women to operate differently so they don't have the same outcome as their mothers and grandmothers? What do you think it is?
No, I think the biggest issue and problem we have is looking back and trying to figure out the root cause, right? That's not going to help us, because then that gets to be it's subjective, right? You ask one person, they say it's this. You ask another person, they say it's that, right? Which is unimportant at this point in time. The point is to acknowledge the problem. Like you said, there is the problem. Let's go about fixing it from this point moving forward, and definitely look towards the future and understand that, hey, listen, Dr. Claude Anderson told us, I think now it's been going on 10 years. We are less than 30 years away from being a permanent underclass. We need to focus on, true education of everybody, not just the women, financial literacy, caring about each other, not fucking excusing and supporting criminality, healthy families, holding the women accountable just like you hold the men accountable, and a lot of other things that we can fix within ourselves intra-racially before we start talking about anything interracial. I think it's just way too much focus on the white man, the system, and all this other stuff. When it's like, okay, well, how do we explain the Asians? How do we explain the Asians being able to surpass the motherfucking white people by a lot in their own country if it was also racist, right? You feel me? So I think back to matter where we always want to go back to slavery and Jim Crow and how do we get here and all these different things. All that's just irrelevant, bro. Shit's fucked up. Let's just fix it.
Well said. That's well put. Because that was kind of what I was thinking too. Because I hear a lot of discussions about like, well, what started it? What caused it? Who's to blame? Well, the women, because they started with feminism and this and that, which I probably would agree with. And then other people are like, well, it's the men because they accepted it. And then they became the deadbeat dads and the boomers that went to get Newports and never came home and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, we're doing all of this and it's not getting us anywhere. So I totally agree with you about focusing on the future. And I say that because I'm more of like political, you know what I'm saying? But I notice how the political propaganda has infected the household, and it's now affecting personal relationships between, men and women. And now we got this whole gender war thing happening. And I don't like it. I don't like it because I see a lot of good women out there that don't fit the profile that we hear about online, and they don't really get the recognition that they deserve. And the women who are going against, what has been traditionally known to work, they get all the spotlight, they get all the attention. And I think that's encouraging. That's what that's leading to, is encouraging more young women to follow that path than listen to what people like me or you would be saying in terms of like how to operate. What's your response to that?
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Listen, this dynamic between men and women, dog, it's something that's never ever going to go away because we need it for humans to exist, right? Once you understand that the shit is no longer like it used to be, and you just go forward from that and the reality of it, and I think that was the most important CGA was pointing out. Like, we want to always talk about tradition and we want to talk about these different things and so on and so forth. Bro, that shit is it's irrelevant. What do we have now? So once we understand that, bro, and move forward, and discrimination is never going anywhere. Racism is never going anywhere. Any of these things that people telling you you're going to be able to eliminate, it's just a whole bunch of BS, man. There's a whole bunch of time being wasted.
I agree.
Once you focus the thing, and I think that's one of the biggest issues and problems, because it's easy to wonder, right? It's easy to speculate. It's easy to shoulda, coulda, woulda, but the work, niggas don't want to put the work in, man. Men or women, niggas do not want to put the work in. Discipline is hard, right?
Yeah.
Let's just start from a health aspect. Black people, niggas still eating chitlins, brother. I saw somebody made chitlin egg rolls, brother. Come on, man. What are we doing? You feel me? Yeah, niggas eat hog maws and pig feet and shit, right? So, but on a serious note, that's what we saying, man. So when you know better, you do better. But doing better is the hard part, right? I think a lot of people, we live in the information age. You literally have anything at your fingertips at any given moment now. But it's much easier, man, to just swipe through that. And like you said, the good women get covered up by the big booty BBL bitches, right? Now, in that ilk, I think it's the job of the good women to promote themselves more. They just don't. They're not promoting themselves. They're sitting back complaining. Oh, all y'all want is the BBL bitches and the la. No, that's not the case. Maybe but she posts. Look, she posts 10 times a day. You don't post at all, or you might post every 3 days.
Yeah.
So if you're not participating and you're not competing, what else is there for the man to see? You feel me?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I think it's a bit of a double-edged sword too, though, because women who are traditionally feminine are taught not to be vocal, right? Are taught to kind of like play the background and let their man be the face of the operation, be the voice of the operation. So these women that you see broadcasting themselves on social media, they have more of the masculine traits. This is why they operate the way that they do. Whereas the good women, as we would put it, would tend to, in the spirit of femininity, tend to stay silent and not broadcast themselves as, look, I'm not this, I'm not doing that, or this, that. They would just play the background. So don't you think it's a bit of a trick bag that society as a whole would be putting these women in, where we teach them that being feminine and being a good woman would require you to remain silent? Like even in the Bible, right? It says women are to remain silent in the church. And then at the same time, you have these masculine women broadcasting themselves. And now we're saying, well, good women, you should broadcast yourselves too, so we can have a counterbalance to that. Don't you think that's it would be a bit tricky for these women to actually figure out, like, this is what we would need to do based on what they're taught?
The same. There's also the scripture in the Bible that tells you, follow the laws of the land or the laws of Caesar or something like that, and so on and so forth, right? Pretty much tells you
on to Caesar what is Caesar's.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So things change amongst time, man. The when the rules change, you change, right? When the last time you seen a horse and buggy, right, outside of like you like some romantic shit? You feel me? So I think the women have to. She can't use that as an excuse. She posts anyway. Now, she didn't have a Instagram or Twitter account or so on and so forth at all. She would have a leg to stand on. Being the fact of the matter that we know everyone or a lot of people have those accounts, I'm not saying she has to bust it open or dress provocatively or sexually. I'm just saying show yourself more doing the regular things. People do it all the time, right? I mean, we remember during TikTok, everybody was doing them stupid ass the lockdowns. Everybody doing them dumb ass TikTok dances, right? At their job. Essential workers. So if she could get out there and dance and do whatever the trend was during the essential worker time, well, baby, you can do the same thing every day. You know what I'm saying? And put yourself out there just to show that that this is not what the majority of black women are. And I think that's what it is. Black women are allowing the lack of regular black women participating doing just regular things, non-sexual, non-clout or whatever, is a part of the problem, man. You have to have a counterbalance, and it's just not there.
You know what? That's a good point. That is a good point, and I tend to agree with that. But it's like because my woman, she's one of those women, obviously, because she wouldn't be my woman if she wasn't. And that's kind of what she said, how she moves, and that's what she said to me. Because I'm like, baby, why don't you post more? Like, show what you do every day. Like, you do a lot, and people and other women would look up to that. You know what I'm saying? Because as a man, I make more money than you. I afforded you a better lifestyle than you could afford yourself, which is, what I'm saying, it's typical standard of what is expected of a man. But at the same time, I wouldn't be able or willing to do this if you weren't the person that you were. So why don't you show more of what you are and how you operate and what you do? And she's just like, I don't like being in the public eye. I don't want to publicize my personal life, et cetera, et cetera. So there's this like resistance to wanting to show who they are and how they operate as the counterbalance. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like it's working. So it's almost like this is a good thing that you don't want to broadcast your personal life on social media, but at the same time, it's doing you a disservice because the women who are broadcasting their personal life on social media are broadcasting a message counter to what you would want to be, what you would agree with. So it's almost like you're working against yourself. And I can't really argue with her because I'm like, I believe in a woman not being, broadcasting herself on social media so much. But at the same time, like, I would like her to broadcast the positive aspects of herself on social media. But she's just like, she just has this aversion to being on social media because of that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Am I making sense?
Yeah, you're making complete sense. But like I said, I think that's a stigma again that women are gonna have to figure out along the way. And everybody has their own personality. Everybody's not a social person, right? Like I said, some people are private, incredibly private. So I respect that. But at the same time, like I said, if you're posting, you know what I mean? Like I said, I think we have to start promoting it to Black women that is needed, right? It's needed, man. It's needed. I understand it's not just for you or whatever. We need to show the young girls that, hey, you can post a picture without, looking over your shoulder with your ass in it. You feel me? You can post a picture if you just, what I'm saying, going along your regular day, a non, sexual outfit or whatever, or you at your job, like you said, right? Or doing something interesting, being involved in a hobby, going to the gym. That's one of the major things. Like, hey, gym outfit. Hey, going to the gym, working out. So yeah, I think it's just going to be more, more of that, and it take more time over time for them to understand.
Yeah. I think I'm more on your side of it than the other side of it, where like feminine women should just stay off social media, because at this point it's an information war. It's a war of information, and whatever information is being broadcast is what's going to influence the minds of the future generation, because kids are on social media way more than adults are. You know what I'm saying? Because while me and you are working, or we hustling and we trying to make some money and pay bills and take care of shit and handle business, our kids are scrolling. They on the tablets, they on the phones, they on the Fire Stick. You know what I'm saying? So they on the Roku, they on the PlayStation. You know what I mean? So in infiltrating social media with more positive messaging, I agree would be the way to go in terms of fighting this war. It's just more people have to first understand that it is a war. It's a gentleman's war. So we're not shooting each other or killing each other or fighting each other, but it's a war of information. And once we understand that and we see the importance of getting involved, I think then we would start to see that counterbalance to the negative stereotypes that are being broadcast and promoted.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I agree with that 10,000%.
Yeah, man. You got anybody in the studio that want to come up? Because I feel like I'm hogging the mic, man. I don't want to
he's up now.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, what up? What up, Tice? Hey, appreciate you got a channel, anything you trying to promote, man?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but I don't feel right doing it, man. I mean, it's Citizen Man TV. I do politics, conspiracy theories, and that type of stuff. You may not agree with everything that I say, but I do have research and proofs to back up what I say. I don't just get on here and talk shit.
You don't know where you were.
And I have my own theories, and I have my own, my own thoughts on everything and my own opinions. So if you guys want to check it out, just come on over to the channel. I appreciate it, Mr. Fantastic. I'm gonna hit the Cash App for you too, bro.
Hey man, I appreciate you, bro. I greatly appreciate you, man. For sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure. Tice, what up, fam?
What up, though? What up, though? Happy Sunday. Salute.
Can't complain.
What were you? I didn't get your thoughts on that debate with Andrew and Coach.
I think Coach watched them, bro. It was a landslide. It wasn't even close.
I can't hear you.
So I said I think Coach watched him. It was
Can you
a
hear me?
landslide. Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on,
don't
see.
hear you.
Hold on. Give me a second.
Can the audience hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear me just fine? Can you hear me? Check. Hey, how about to come back in? Come back.
I'll
Hold on.
come back up.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like I say, it's crazy, man. That's what I was saying. I didn't understand everybody when I was talking about it briefly the other day. It was like, oh no, man, Andrew won. I'm like, no, it's no way he can win. The whole premise of him starting off was faulty. You feel me? Oh, this is the same girl, so that's crazy. Decent women be like, hey, how you doing? 5, 6, let me get a pic, nigga. No. Well, BC, that's a part of BC. That's a part of the process. Listen, y'all can't y'all can't make niggas stop being attracted to women. BC, I say this, BC, if that's the case, just run your face into a wall. Whenever a woman complains about niggas liking you, hey, just make yourself ugly, okay? The nigga think you. The only reason niggas holler at you because they think you're attractive, okay? So if you don't want a nigga holler at you, make yourself ugly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what Will and that Will. That's what I'm. That was the biggest thing. Now that we found out the details of his situation. You know what I mean? You're not even living the life you say yourself. You can't even set the example. You can't go and champion and be that super duper strong. Not meaning, of course, you have to live everything 10,000% or whatever. But I'm just saying, even the way he chose about doing things, this will be one of the. If you're trying to do something that major, you have to, bro. You have to be the embodiment of that message if you're trying to take on a feat this serious. You feel me? Bro, it's women, man. It's women, man. That's women. Never gonna be satisfied, dog. All right, now, Beachy. It's Sunday, Beachy, so I'm gonna let Sister Beachy. I'm not gonna make no. I'm gonna keep my comments to myself, Lord. Sister Beachy, we gonna let you have it, there, sister. You right. If you just don't say you right, baby, you got it. Just saying, you ain't no member of the itty bitty titty committee. I'm just saying, no disrespect. Yeah, my bad. Hold up. Y'all be forgetting to do this shit, man. Yeah, you can catch it. No. There we go. Catch up. There we go. Appreciate you, citizen man, brother. All right, Tice, what's up? Can you hear me?
All right, I hear you fine now.
Right,
Was that
cool.
me? Because I switched to my
Nah,
phone.
we can hear you fine. Your audio, the video, everything was great. I don't know what was going on, but everything's cool. What's up?
I was using my iPad. I was asking, what was your thoughts on that? Well, how about this? Look, I may be all over the place, so you got to maybe have to reel me in. I saw the lead attorney. Shout out to him, but I remember one time you were on there years ago. You remember that? You
Yeah.
know, just because a guy's a professional doesn't mean he's right all the time. You know, and he was saying he thought that Andrew won that, and I'm on my head like, huh? Did we listen to two debates at the same time? And just hear me out, whatever, because I don't want to bias your outtake. We claim that we not a monolith, right? But let's be honest. We socially operate like one, generally speaking, you know. And that's the thing. I'm not trying to go after him like this, but that's the thing with white guys, man. This is why it's hard for black guys and white guys to really socially align, because it's different from culture to culture. Even though we have different variety of people and all of that stuff, if you deviate from the norm in black of America, and again, I'm being general, but if you deviate from whatever the perceived social norm of black America is, you're seen as different, right? Whereas with white people, they have the, I don't want to say luxury, I'll just say they have the ability, you know, it's okay to be an emo guy in white America, or into anime, or into, you know what I'm saying? You'll still have a social, you know, you'll still be within the circle, whereas that's seen as odd amongst us. And I know there's black people that's into anime and all this. So Andrew's, and like, if you drop Andrew in a hood, you know, and leave him with no money, no credit cards, I doubt he'd be able to get out. You know what I'm saying? Or and when he speaks strictly from his worldview. Case in point, and I'm a religious guy, so you know, even though I don't like the term "sky daddy," I get what CGA was coming from. Like, hey, look, you can believe in all that you want. When it comes to the court, that's the only, you know, that, or what do you call those guardian? Is it guardian ad litem, or the mediators, or you know, sometimes when things don't go to court, you know what I'm saying? And and to me, that's all Coach was saying. And many will say, yeah, he's just too cynical and all of this. Well, hey, if you lost $250,000, I think you will be cynical too, regardless of how much money you may have. What's your thoughts?
Nah, again, yeah, man. I didn't even see. I saw the first part of like the lead, just even getting into the I guess the debate. I never even watched the full thing, but nah, I definitely don't agree. I think Coach Greg Adams watched Andrew Wilson. I broke it down over this whole point, but pretty much Andrew picking a very, very niche religious ideology that you don't even have, you know, over 1% of the population believing in.
Right.
And then being able to make this argument to where you somehow be able to force or convince or coerce the majority of society to start to take on that same ideology is just unrealistic. Also, getting women to marry without being married legally, also unrealistic. So I think CGA pointed out the point of where he's speaking from facts and reality versus
Andrew
Wilson.
speaking in the ideal.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking ideologically, I think that in itself was just, you know, too much to overcome for me. But hey,
now look, I don't care, but I do think it changed their perspective. I didn't realize that his wife, that's Andrew, she had 2 kids apparently, or he's married to a chick who has 2 kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's true.
Yeah. So she was had 2 previous relationships. She had kids from both of those relationships. And that's the information we was given.
Okay. Okay. Wow. That's gonna change your perspective instantly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to call him a sucker because he did that, you know, but let's just say you're gonna be more on the optimistic side, you know, not realizing dare I say, I remember one time or back in the day when we used to talk about this, and it was like, black men are like the best dads in America because in our day, stepdads was like damn near the norm. You came up in the 70s or 80s, and how many of those guys did you see holding the bag? One of my best friends, man, his father, I knew his father and his stepfather. And I asked him about his stepfather. He was like, oh, I haven't talked to him in 20 years. And I'm like, that dude raised you, helped raise you, And he was like, oh, man, I just haven't thought about it. And I'm like, damn, So, again, I just think that bias is his perspective. And as far as the debate goes, shit. Shout out to Coach CGA, not even getting hype and amped. I love when he told him, hey, I'm not those little OnlyFans chicks you're debating. like, dude, we need to level set this. You're talking to a man here who can explain himself pretty damn well, So I did have something to say about if you have a follow up. I do have something to say what the brother who just left had to say.
No, go ahead.
Shout out to him, but I think I wouldn't give a kid a damn near phone till they were 14, damn near. I know it's tough. It's tough nowadays because it's so much a part of culture. But just putting all this stuff on social media is the problem. Okay, that is the problem. Even if you put up positive stuff, people are gonna see the traction there, and then they're gonna try to duplicate it, and it turns fake again. And I think we need to be trying to get as far away from it as possible. Unfortunately, the people who are, in their early 30s, 20s, this is all that they've known in the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying you can't counter propaganda with a counter propaganda. At least I don't think that's how you win it. You just got to get away from the herd, I say, and stop duplicating what the herd does.
No, exactly. Once you start understanding that shit, man, again, people are gonna put this stuff out here, man, and again, another big part of it is it's anti-red pill or whatever. Once you start putting the religion and the morality into it, it's just a futile argument because everyone feels something different. Everyone thinks something different. Right or wrong is going to be different depending on, the time of day, the person you ask, and the situation, right? So once you understand a person is even coming from a debate tactic from just, pure morality, right? And then you mix a little bit of religion into it. That's a very, very hard argument because everything you're going to say is your feelings or your belief, right? I can't defeat that. So, but that automatically lets you know though who the what's the name.
Let me jump in. I don't advocate this, but I'm sure you've probably seen it with your peers or older people. There's been relationships that we've seen that are successful that on the surface or those of us on the outside looking in, it's dysfunctional as hell. You know what I'm saying? Get your black ass here right now. And I'm like, you respond to that, but guess what? That works for them. You know what I'm saying? They don't take it as serious as I would. Like, hold on, who the hell are you talking to like that? Old dumbass, and it's like, that's why I'm saying you can't judge things on the surface, But I've noticed Andrew's had his wife come into debates and all of that stuff. Whereas I'm thinking, this is what this guy does for a living. This is largely performative at this stage. And I think he makes good points when he's talking to those OF chicks, Not when he's in this arena. I think I don't know if it was you and Angry Man and him were on the same panel or not. Were you on that panel?
I've never been on a panel with Andrew Wilson. I
thought you were okay. I confused you with somebody else, and I'm like, he was a little bit out of his element on this. Do you know what show I'm talking about? It was something with him, Angry Man.
Yeah, I think that was Fatty's thing. I think it was him, Angry Man, and then Tommy at some point in time, I think too. So yeah,
and that's what I mean. I mean, he didn't jump in on things, even though these things were largely about relationships, which seems to be his area of expertise. At least that's all I know about it. All right.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm about to get ready for this football game and get a quick workout in. Let me know when you get that certain YouTuber who is getting
Going
who's
to
about to
jail.
go see going to jail. I add like a couple extra dollars, to his
You
comment.
going to jail. That statement gonna send you to jail.
I mean, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. When I saw you do that, I thought of that dude, the uppercut bus
Yeah.
driver.
You going to
You
jail
going to
now?
jail now?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And people's like, man, that's fucked up. You laughing at somebody's negative expense. Man, when I searched his name, your name came up next to him. He has a series of videos he came at you on that's still out there. So we'll see. All right, man. Good chatting with you, bro.
As always, man. A1 day
All
one in
right,
the
bro.
building. Appreciate you,
All
Spice.
right.
What's up, man? And shout out to my man, Citizen Man. Greatly appreciate you, brother, for the 20 ball for the collection plate, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Ain't nothing but some money.
On the cash out, brother, I greatly appreciate you, man. Listen, hey, people, I hope, you know what I'm saying, you guys got a good message from the good word today. All right. At the end of the day, bro, listen, choose your wife wisely. If you choose a wife at all, her past matters. Okay. Listen, man, Joe Breezy, man. Listen, bro. I don't listen. I always keep shit on panels unless niggas really, So again, man, but calling shit out, certain shit out or whatever, bro. It is what it is. A lot of people, I told you, man. Listen, I was saying this. I was jokingly, so niggas was mad because niggas didn't know who Max B was, right? And I was just talking about how like New York niggas are just New York niggas, right? They don't even see it, and that's what a lot of brothers are. I told you, a person is who they are, bro. By 30, by the age of 30, you are who you are. You can't even see you being yourself for real, right? And the people that are in your circle and the people that fuck with you, they accept you for who you are, so they don't even challenge you on no more. That's just him, right? So when you get an outside person that holds that mirror up to you, bro, and calls out the shit that you're doing, it's offensive to you because it's like, nigga, how dare you? This is me. This is your essence, right? That's why I own any and everything I do. Yeah, nigga, my height matter, nigga. BABG, nigga, proudly. Okay. I come up front letting you know that I know that you know. You feel me? I own that shit. I don't run from it. You feel me? That is a part of my persona, me being a big ass nigga. So when you say that to me, I'm not offended. You say something about being dark skinned, I'm not offended. You saying something be having big lips, I'm not offended. I'm 40. I had these same lips for my life, nigga. Pause. The hoes love them. Okay? Hoes love these lips. All right? You feel me? So niggas got a problem with being called out for the things that they do on the regular, and people never challenge those things, right? Especially if it's like a flaw. Again, I know shout out to Fatty, shout out to Ali, that's their mans. They fuck with him the long way. They fuck with him for real, right? They got a relationship with him. I don't, right? So even them, they don't really challenge him. And Fatty really, I think I caught shit because Fatty really this Fatty fault for real. Because Fatty embarrassed him with the Paul Pierce shit. You can't talk all that bag shit, la 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 la, and then the bitch you was dealing with run to the nigga with the bigger bag, right? And now let me be clear. The woman that you were working with, okay, leaves you for the man with the bigger bag. No matter how bad you want to make it seem like she was just so problematic and so on and so forth. Well, she was so bad to where she got promotion or upgrade. You feel me? And you can never, we know you're not even nowhere near close, no matter how much money you got compared to Paul Pierce, right? You feel me? But then you get amongst the what you feel like the regular folk, and you feel like, what I mean? But then like what you come to understand is like, hey, bro, nah. You know what I mean? These churches ain't fucking safe, my nigga. Like, hey, listen. You know what I mean? That's why I made sure when I first started doing this shit, bro, you can never forget, bro, like how to swing that sword. All right. True king gotta always be ready for battle, bro. True king gotta always be ready for battle. Never forget that shit. No matter how big you get, no matter how well off shit is, bro, never take shit sweet. Cause it be the motherfucker you think it ain't a threat to get your ass all the way the fuck on up out of here. That's man shit too. I don't underestimate nobody. Nobody. Every nigga is John Jones and every nigga is John Jones to me, bro. All right. I may talk that shit, but I see you as the most deadliest motherfucking threat alive. And if I'm faced with that threat, I gotta do what I gotta do to it to make myself survive, bro. Understanding that shit. Feel me? Apex archetype has no need to say pause. Okay. It's fun to do, brother. I mean, it's a fun little thing to do, man. But hey, it is what it is. But anyway, listen, man. I greatly appreciate y'all for participating and attending today's service. Okay, I appreciate you guys. Miss Fantastic 824 on all social media platforms. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, and hype. This hype things are like a little new, man. So make sure y'all hype the video. Make sure y'all share the video, man. I don't care if you ain't got no subs. Share this shit, man. All right. Shout out to CGA. Shout out to Andrew Wilson. Shout out to Myron. I don't fuck with Akaash, but good luck to him. We go definitely say a prayer for him. But yeah, man. That's all I got for today, man. So that's that on that one. Catch y'all on the next one. Holla, we out.